now the mic should be. There we go. There we go. Now we have audio. Jeez, what a pain. All right, and then screen capture. That should be you. There we go. And you are there. I am here.
We're happy family.
Oh God. Okay. I gotta relearn how to stream at all. All right. Let's finish up the old burner. This thing has been one pain. Rune Lord brass in here. This burn has been unpainted for a long time, so it's time for that to change. And I should be having that vortex mixer here pretty soon. That'll save a lot of, especially the metallic paints, which have been kind of separating in here.
Oh, when it makes that like white film at the top?
Yeah, and then the color will get kind of funky. If you see the gold paint, that one's separated like crazy.
Yeah, that's what was happening to my Blood of the Blood God.
Mm-hmm.
So now I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, the mixing of that should prevent that.
You have to do it like once, or you have to do it every so often?
Every now and then. Not like super often, but often enough that that it's very watery. It doesn't have to be done like every single time, but it has to be done often enough that we can keep it mixed up. I am painting off camera. There we go. Gotta relearn how to do everything. Been a long time. Been like a week since I've streamed. Since COVID said no. Yeah, alright.
We'll see how long I last on this painting session.
Yeah, no worries.
I at least want to try to get this red done.
I did not think that bone breaker would take all day.
Just a quick 10-minute project.
It's also something that I really should have magnetized.
Is there like a lot of different parts it can be?
Yeah. There's so around the top there's like 4 different if I get another one I'll probably do it. But there's like these 4 little holes on the top, and what is in there could be swapped out at any time. And there's like a melee weapon, there's like a bunch of different types of guns. There's like all these different kinds of options, but I'm not super worried about it. But that's definitely one that I should magnetize. I don't know how to do that. I've never magnetized anything, so that'll be... I
posted a video in the Discord a while ago.
Did you? I just...
teaching about how to do magnetizing. The dude's like choices and thought process on where and how to magnetize.
Yeah, I'll need to get there at some point, but for now I just got it. The magnet. What's up, man?
Not much. Just getting myself all prepped as well.
Yep.
But do go on. Talk about magnetization, because that's actually a fairly interesting and important thing.
Yeah, it's something I've never done and should. I just finished putting together the bone breaker, and that thing really should have been magnetized and wasn't. Because that thing is... There's like 4 or 5 little spots with like interchangeable holes that you can put like different weapons in. And that thing would have been a prime candidate for the magnetization, but I did not.
It's a lot of work. Like once it's done, it feels like it could have been worth it, but it also depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole point of the magnetization is just so like for like the entire what you see is what you get, which we don't really worry about. So
Yeah.
I'm not too concerned about it.
Yeah, we're cool kids who are like, yeah, this thing is this thing. Use your imagination.
Yeah, I know tournaments is when they're sticklers on that, which, I mean, if you're playing at that high of a level, I understand.
Totally.
But, like, I mean, that's another thing I was looking at for the, like, the mixing clans or craft worlds or high fleets or whatever your RB calls them, is really only for, like, tournament play. So if at any point we want to just mess with the, all the other... like the mixing of detachments, like we can, and those rules still exist.
Yeah.
I'm really curious why that's a rule now.
Couldn't tell you. I mean, I know for like certain Space Marine factions, it was a big thing. They were able to like really go crazy with what they could do.
Mm-hmm.
And a bit of it was like also just because they were taking multiple different like chapter approved-ish secondaries.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, a lot of it was just like, hey, how come these guys can cheat and we can't situation.
So they would take a detachment from something else to take a secondary?
Yep.
Interesting.
Because if you could get like a really good secondary for that faction, like for that chapter, or one that basically super complements the one that you were already taking.
Yeah, I guess that gives you options for like... I wasn't even fully aware that you could take other chapters.
Yeah, it's got to be its own separate detachment, but yeah.
No, I mean like you could like mix 2 different kinds of Space Marines. I wasn't actually... I didn't actually know you could do that.
Apparently.
I think the thing has to be dealt with their keywords. Keywords have to match.
Yeah, though, what do they call that? Souping?
Yep, souping.
Yeah, I knew that affected like other clans and things like that, but because like for any of us, we can't take different secondaries because of... I guess I could for like Militarum. I could take like a patrol detachment of Space Marines and then have a Dark Angel secondary.
Huh, that'd be interesting.
Because all you really need are...
Being Circled's the only other faction that I can get into.
Yeah,
Everybody
as far
else
as
has
that
like, yeah, I
goes.
take all the Space Marines. I can take Scions and Astra Militarum. I can take 60 type of boys. Look at me.
I got Unit A and Unit B as far as mids go.
Well, they got like 6 different hive fleets.
Yeah.
They get kind of the same thing.
Clean up enough of this. Yes,
Lead belcher in there. Wait, why do I only have... Is your camera still on, Joe?
It should be.
Yeah, okay. I just had,
I superseded.
No, I had it focused on you for some reason.
Ah,
Let me see here.
yes, me. All me. Ha, ha, ha.
Just need to crop this a little bit.
As I sit here and paint the most normal, or the most standard of things. Slap some gold on it. Shit's done.
You know, I thought that about Space Marines, and then as I painted more of them, I realized that was pretty incorrect. Because I was like, oh,
Oh
you
yeah,
just
no,
need I was like, you just paint their armor, and then that is absolutely not the case.
there's a lot of shit on this guy that I'll be painting. That's why he's sub-assembled, because Jesus Christ, this thing would have been a nightmare otherwise.
You know, I have not, I've never done that.
This is the first model I'm doing it to. And it's
That's-
because when I was assembling it, I kind of used some putty or poster tack to just hold it together, just to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was staring it down, I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah,
This guy's not being glued together yet.
that might be, difficult with the bone breaker. We'll see.
No.
That thing's huge, and I have,
Yeah.
You have the stream open?
Yes.
I can get this on camera because I have it
I
right
need
here.
your help, Sean, with getting some rust color looks.
This is the bone
Oh
breaker.
Jesus, that's a thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's a lot of thing.
dudes in there, and there's a dude right there, and then there's like a Gretchen over here, and then yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit to do. And then, Gerald, you were saying something about rust application.
Yeah.
So what I usually do is after I've done the base of let's go with lead belcher, since we're going citadels. I would take, I don't know, I've got a good old corn red,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just dry brush it with a really garbage brush. Where's my garbage brush? I can show it to you on the stream. Maybe. No, it's not that one. Where is that brush? Whatever. You just want something that's kind of already janked up. Oh, there it is. So I've got this guy here. And you can see it's just basically stubble, the brush.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would take, I'll just demonstrate right now. I've got this now. A little tiny dab of paint onto the brush. And this is a dry brush. I haven't gotten it wet at all. Brush off most of the paint you can onto your paper towel, because you just want a little bit of it left. Actually, I usually go with something a little oranger than this, but this will still work. And then I just kind of work in circles to build up a little bit of a layer. And it'll start adding a bit of a red color to some of the rougher spots of this mask.
Okay.
And then after I've done that, I would hit it with some Nuln oil.
For the rest, you've been using a red.
I mean, personally, I've been using, it's more of an orangish red. Here it is. I've been using this guy, the Army Painter's Mars Red.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fairly orange.
Okay.
But it is still a red. But it's what I use for all of my Mechanicus things that I've done resting to.
Mm-hmm. I see.
I'm trying to add some rust onto some guns for my Gene Stealer Colt.
Hell yeah.
With the bobblehead Space Marine Gene Stealer Colt dudes.
I got
some rust on their
Speaking of
helmets.
that red.
I'm curious if the Tyranid Codex release is going to be a solo release.
What do you mean?
Yeah, since we haven't heard any
Oh,
hints at anything else.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, we don't even we don't even have anything like any kind of date or even like a time confirmed for Tyranids. So
Yeah, we just
it's
know that they're next.
And
which
with how
which
fucking
like
fast they've been doing these recent ones, you'd think it's like maybe March, maybe April time frame.
I I have no idea because like even what they've been releasing, like it's the order is never really like anything solid, which is kind of strange because like they talked about Tau, they talked about Chaos Space Marines. They're doing this like dual release with like Chaos Space Marines and Eldar, and then Eldar getting a book, and then the Space Marines still aren't, and then the Tau are getting
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
it's like Tyranids are happening, but like the weird thing is like they'll say like, oh, the Tyranids are on their way, and then they'll be like, oh, by the way, here's the new book for the fucking for the World Eaters. It's like
World Eaters,
yeah,
yeah.
it's all out of whack. So like hopefully they figure it out and they can. And then there's some things like Orcs got a solo release, but the who was it? The
Templar's got a solo release.
yeah, Templar's got a solo release, but then Thousand Sons and
Yeah.
who
And,
the fuck?
Sisters?
Grey Knights.
Grey Knights.
They got a
joint.
a joint release, and
then we got Gene Stealers and Custodes getting a joint release.
mm-hmm. Which those codexes are out now, right?
Yeah, I've got mine.
Mm. Yeah,
It's pretty neat. I really like a lot of the crap I'm reading.
yeah.
So
hopefully
picking these lads up seems like it was the right call. I do like what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Hopefully they can. I mean, starting like 1,000 of them won't take too long.
God, no, it won't. Like it's no joke when that the combat patrol box, when that happens, because that's a long wait.
Mm-hmm.
But when you can build that to be like eight and a half, like eight. I want to say it was like 830 or something like that, somewhere in that neighborhood of points.
Yeah.
And that's pre this current point nerf, so or point buff, I guess.
And they have like some new rules for like OBSEC, right? Something like that.
Sort of, yeah. Because what it is for OBSEC count, like each model counts as two models.
Okay, so they just
furthering their like, yep, we the elite boys feeling.
Gotcha. Because I know if it was just like a standard OBSEC, then they would have a bad time.
Yeah, no, they've given them because then you'd really need to be taking those sisters models, and they fill in their whole setup is funky. Like to field one unit of Sisters of Silence, you need to have one unit of associated guards or custodians from that like deployment section. So like if you want to troop sisters, you need a troop the custodians.
Gotcha. Oh, they're like poxwalkers or cultists.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah, they're a full 1-for-1 situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't outnumber one side with the other.
Yeah. I'm not even familiar with like the Sisters of Silence, how they even work.
They walk around and disrupt psychic abilities.
Well, I mean, like, there's more than that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, there is, and I'm still learning a lot of their stuff because there's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
And then my lads of the AdMech apparently taking freaking LVO.
Yeah, with Ruststalkers.
Yeah, a lot of Ruststalkers.
18 of them, I think.
I think it was more.
I believe it was a unit of 8 and a unit of 10.
I think he had 2 units of 8 and a unit of 10.
Mm.
I think I might be misremembering what I saw, but
well, there you go.
It was a lot.
There you go. Just don't run them at the minimum. Now we know.
Yep. Max them out. That's actually the list that I shared on the other Discord earlier.
Is that is the max unit size 10?
I believe so, yeah. So I got 10 of them, and then we'll see. And that's the same thing with the like the spreading out the chicken walkers as 2 units of singles so that they get the reroll of Mars staying better.
Ah, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, that's why they have them separated like that.
That makes sense. If you have the spots to separate them, do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Or do
and
they have
was-
like the combat squad thing?
No, they can't separate, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they start as 1 unit and they finish as 1 unit.
That's becoming a little less common, it seems.
Yeah, I know a lot.
All the orc vehicles used to be able to do that.
Okay.
Now I think it's just the Death Dreads that can.
Right, yeah, because I know as far as just armies in general, I know that the Space Marines can, but I think that's also unit situational.
Yeah, the troops can.
Okay.
Which I've always wondered why you would do that, because then you lose. One of them doesn't have a sergeant.
Yeah, it's weird.
Not that the sergeant is really too big of a reason to
Not do that.
it's not really like too big of a deal. It's like they have a pistol and can take. Usually they can't even take a different weapon. They usually just have a pistol and an extra attack, maybe a chainsword.
Mhm.
So it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
But the like for guard, if I could never run a sergeant ever with guardsmen, I wouldn't.
Yeah, what do the sergeants do for you?
For guard, they have a pistol
Oh,
and a chainsword,
all right.
and they don't have a
Nice.
las gun.
That sucks.
Yep.
That was something that I had been, because I remember when I was playing guard as a kill team, that was an issue I was having, and I think I thought that the AdMech had a similar problem, that
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't have, or that like their sergeants, in their case it's called an alpha, wouldn't have access to their primary weapon, which is super goddamn important to have.
Yeah.
But they all get their primary weapons.
Yeah, the guard sergeants don't have las guns, which like if they
That
were
is
like
silly.
that's something I'd really like to see change in the new guard book. Like if they have the
Yeah.
pistol, great. If they have chainsword, great. But they better also have a las gun.
Yeah, they're kind of neat, that plethora o las gun.
I mean, like if that like with them not having a las gun, it's like if someone is within 12 inches, then you take one less shot than normal. Because a las pistol is just a las gun with a 12-inch range that isn't rapid fire.
Right.
So it's the same damage, the same AP, anything like that, but it's not as affected by orders. And the range
That
is
sucks.
half of a las gun. So it's like,
Yeah.
if they had a las gun and a pistol, great. If they don't have a pistol and just a las gun, also great.
All right, let's see. So this is the right arm. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that on the left arm. Yeah, I did. I know that for the my lads, the fucking AdMech, they can take you can upgrade them to have a weapon, but it's, or not a L weapon, but you can upgrade them to have a pistol and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
that substitutes out their primary weapon instead. I don't want that. Oh wait, no, I wasn't going to do red. I was doing purple for this. I remembered.
Like, I don't really mind some of the other differences, but like that one's just hard to get by.
Yeah, I could. I can feel that. I understand it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely a frustrating thing.
I do want to try running white shields one time, but that one that one's gonna have to be TTS because
Yeah, it's a lot of bodies.
that one is minimum unit size 20, maximum unit size 20. So
Okay, so much like your guard, but 10 more.
yeah, 10 more and no sergeant. So that one's
Okay.
kind of weird because like if you commit to making like a unit of guardsmen white shields, then like you would build all 10 of them as normal guardsmen. You wouldn't build a sergeant,
Right.
which is really weird because a box comes with 10. 10 you need a sergeant, so you just build the sergeant and then the 9 pretty much all the time.
Right. Makes sense.
So it's kind of weird, but it's not.
I mean, that's a similar situation for me. My Skitarii Ranger Vanguard box comes with 10 and
Mhm.
enough to build just enough to build 9 dudes plus the alpha.
Yeah, but then
Like
they
you have
have
to kit bash out.
well they have this new. I mean, with the white shields, you're essentially building 2 full boxes of guardsmen because there's no other model for it. You're building 2
Right.
units of guardsmen, and then not building a sergeant on either one. So it kind of like from like a what you see is what you get aspect. It's really strange.
Right.
But from just like building them, it's not a big deal. It's just that's one thing the guardsmen need. Like the conscripts need a different the fact
Model.
yeah, the conscripts, the guardsmen and the veterans are all the same models. Like
Yeah, they could use a little bit of a range difference.
yeah. Like
They're all Canadian.
they should well I mean like there need to be just different models for the veterans. I think that's the biggest thing. Because like
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
the Krieg have different ones. If they have those same models for the Krieg, but give them like different like helmet types to make them Cadian, you're fine. That's all you need.
Ooh, I like that. And yeah, you're right.
So I would like to see that. Like if they do a guardsman box, I really want it to come with veterans. It should have guardsmen. It should have veterans.
Just a handful of things and stuff.
Well, I mean, they always kind of mix a good amount of old models with new models, and like you can't make a new guard box and not have it include like guardsmen.
Yeah.
Those are too
Because I mean, they're
too
bread and butter.
they're too integral. They're too good. Like guardsmen are just good.
Yeah. 1 million shots and something's gonna happen.
Yeah, something gets through.
I mean,
Everyone should play guard at some point because it teaches you not to take things for granted.
Yeah, especially your basic troops.
Yeah.
Or I think for my case, like I need to step away from how much I think I need my basic troops with the AdMech.
I mean, I don't think so. Troops are good.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
But I also seem to I rely on them too much to the point where I think to a detriment to myself, where I'm not like thinking about other units.
I know in the last game we played, the chicken walkers being front and center, and just
they should have gone up the side. I think
it's the same thing that happened when I played against Chris when he did the whole full Raven Guard thing, that he just sent bikes right up the gut at me, and it's like they just got collapsed in on, and they can be as elite as you want, but like when he had I think the Raven Guard have like the Black Knights or something like that, and like they have like a 2-up 3-up save, like they're really really tanky.
right.
But if you put them right in the middle and they just get focused down by everything, they're gonna die. That's just how it's gonna happen. Like Mega Knobs are incredibly tough, but if I just put them in the middle and let them get open fired on by everything, then they're just dead.
Yeah, and I think I kind of intentionally put them in harm's way, hoping that they were going to be a bit tankier than they ended up being.
Yeah.
because I wanted them to take like the brunt of the initial fire so that I could move other stuff up the sides, but instead they got blowed up real quick.
Yeah, I mean, that'll happen.
Yep. And that's fine.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, I mean, like, it's the reason I bought a bone breaker. It's the reason I've been running the knobs in the truck. Because as tanky as the knobs are, like, they're going to get shot every single time. If someone just sees like 5 or 6 mega knobs in the middle of the board, like, yeah, they're just going to shoot them down with everything.
Oh yeah, I would definitely be shooting them.
And AP is really common. Big damage things, anything that's like 3 or higher damage is also really common. So, like, you can have as good of a save as you want. Something will get through.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like, this thing, like, with how tough things are and how good of an armor save things are, when something is like, you shoot this and it's like strength 10 and like it's 5 shots and only 2 get through but 1 gets saved, and it's like, cool, this one's that one shot is 3 damage. It's like, that's still a dead fucking mega knob. That's a lot of things.
That was another thing that I was trying a lot more to focus fire and pick better targeting this time around when we last played.
Yeah.
Because, like, what's a high-profile target? Okay, well, let's try and take out your artillery at first. Did some damage to those. Okay, cool. Less worry about those. Let's focus on those, God, what are they called? Your Squig Hog boys, because I know they're going to just run up the middle and do some damage.
Yeah, when they get into melee, they're... like, it's,
yeah, they were a problem.
It's one of the things, if they're close enough to like shoot, they're close enough to charge. So
yeah,
you're gonna take 1 shot from them, and then they're just gonna try to stay in melee the entire fucking time.
Right.
But the weird thing is, like, I don't know if the mech guns were the right target, because I just started using them. I don't know how good they are.
Right.
The reason I've been running them is, like, I've been running Gretchen in the back to, like, stay on a point.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I've been using Gretchen for. So,
right.
So just using, like, a mech gun, it's 5 points less, and you just put it on a point. Because if something shoots at a bunch of Gretchen, they're dead anyway. So why not spend less points and just put a mech gun there?
And I also think that part of it was that, at least for the mech gun, like, it was just a very open target for me to take.
Sure.
So I was like, well, I'm going to hit that thing right now.
Yeah.
A little bit more water.
Oh man, I can't wait until my first 2K point game I play.
I'm kind of scared of that, man.
Hush.
There's going to be a lot of things on the table.
Excited,
Unless
I'm
it's
ready.
all Crusher Stampede, in which case there will not be a whole lot of things, but still a lot of things.
Quiet. You need to stop barking, dude. I don't know what your problem is. What?
The thing with Crusher Stampede is it's like an expensive army to get into, or section of the army to get into.
Yeah,
like, the majority of all of the Crusher Stampedes have 2 or 3 Forge World models in them.
Yeah.
That's easily like $450.
Yep.
For
Yeah, and I was
3
just
models.
looking at the Custodes Forge World stuff, and I was like, oh, a plane, one single airplane is gosh dang frickin' $450. And hello, Ellie, digitally wasted
Ellie.
name.
E.
Ellie. I got it. I got there.
I mean, I'm kind of lucky that my, like, Orcs Forge World stuff sucks. So I don't need to worry about it. I got kind of lucky there.
Yeah, the AdMech Forge World thing is like, buy this drill. And I'm like, no, I don't need another really, really, really expensive troop transport.
The weird thing
Get off that.
about the Orc Forge World stuff is the majority of it are different weapon options for the Stompa, which I don't need. Because
Brutal
Stompas also
Stompa.
aren't good.
That's
So
a shame.
I definitely wouldn't mind running a Gorkanaut one of these times, but like Stompas are like 700 points.
Gosh dang.
So like there's never really a reason to run them.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
They're cool, and I want one just to like build and paint it, but like unless you're playing like a 3,000 point game, why would you oh, that's a lot to
A touch to
Well,
sink into
commit.
one thing.
The number one Crusher Stampede from, or the number one Tyranid from LVO, the Las Vegas Open, they played
Yeah.
Crusher Stampede. They had some things I have, they had like Warriors, they had Hive Guard, a Lictor,
yeah.
Hive Tyrants, and then they had a Demecrion, which is the big,
Hello
big
again.
dude, and then two Scythe Hieroduals, which are like the big Zergling dudes, and then two additional Harpies.
Jeez.
I thought Harpies were small.
No,
What
they're
am I thinking of? Gargoyles?
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles, yeah, those are the small flyers.
Harpies are like the artillery ones.
Do gargoyles suck?
They're just flying termagants
Oh, okay. So they're
or
storm.
homagants.
They're storm boys. Okay.
So they don't suck, but they're not great.
They're not
Which
really.
I think they'll probably give a new option for flyers
Mhm.
when the new codex comes out, due to the
That'd be cool.
the whatchamacallit, that
The update.
the preview that they did a while ago.
Gotcha. What I'd really like to see them do is, I don't know how like re-releasing Forge World models go, like in plastic or anything like that. I don't know how that works.
I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Forge World is just weird.
It's its own monster.
It's it's a separate company, right?
It's part of GW.
But
It's just
it's a whole
like, yeah, it's part of but independent. It's weird.
yeah. So I don't really know how that'll go. But you definitely need Ripper Swarms need their own box. The idea that you buy like 6 boxes of Gaunts so that you have 1 unit of Ripper Swarms is dumb. I think
I mean, this is GW we're talking about, though, so like, dumb is kind of their MO sometimes.
is it?
We love you guys, but
Is it though?
I I think dumb choices, but like that's just from a fan perspective versus monetarily.
Like what?
Some of the special edition book things and like in their pricing and all that stuff for certain other things.
I mean, the pricing hasn't changed. It's always been
Absurdly high.
it's up there. But the special edition books that literally doesn't even affect us.
True.
You can just wait, or
Just not buy them.
yeah, in some cases you just don't buy them. Like there's a special edition of like there were technically 2 special editions of the Orc Codex, and like if I didn't get that first one and they released them at the same time, just don't buy the first one. Just don't buy it. Like I don't ever have.
I mean, I didn't buy the Custodes special book because I just didn't care.
The Nid special book, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, like if you want it, go for it. Like anytime something has been a special edition of anything, that's never really bothered me. But like, I wouldn't consider some of their choices on their boxes have been good.
Oh yeah.
Like
Not like
and
not
we're
amazing
we're
deals, but still deals.
well, we're not talking about deals. We're talking about the actual usefulness. Like the Gene Stealer Colts box, the Custodes box were both good. The Black Templar box is good. The Orc box was really good.
So
Talking about
for the
their,
Custodes box.
Full
There's
release
been
boxes?
some,
Or they're big
what-
boxes?
Mm-hmm.
So I was about to say Combat Patrol. I do not have a Combat Patrol box.
I mean, the orc Snagaboy box was good. The Combat Patrol box was okay. I really think the big orc box did the holiday box. That thing's awful. That thing's terrible.
Yeah, the AdMech one's okay, and it's finally actually available in the States tomorrow. Good job, holiday box that I couldn't get.
I think
But
there's been
I
like
don't care about that.
there's been a battalion box release for Nids. Like it looks super old.
Oh
And
yeah, that thing.
If I knew about that, I should have just gotten that. Like
Yeah.
that has so much value.
When
Just
It's the same
everything I
thing for
need.
me with the AdMech Start Collecting box versus the Combat Patrol. Like I kind of would have rather had the Start Collecting.
Yeah, my Start Collecting box is pretty good. It's
orcs didn't have one when I started.
Mine was already discontinued when I started.
Yeah, orcs did not have a Start Collecting box.
I just have my Combat Patrol. And the box set that you and I would do all for the Gene Stealers and Custodians, like I think that's the only box set the Custodes have had, at least definitely since we started playing.
I just think a lot of people have been pretty cynical about GW releases. I think they're fine, but like I get maybe it's because I've watched enough E3s and shit like that, and to know that no matter what happens, no one's ever happy. Like
Pretty much.
Like they announced quite a bit during the Las Vegas Open.
Did
But
they? Okay, I didn't watch like any of it, unfortunately for me.
it was about an hour of like releases, but like the big thing about it is that they're hydrate. I'm gonna have to get some water. They're releasing stuff over 5 different games.
Right. Yeah.
So like
several
they showed
mini-games.
up like 4 new Eldar things. And then everyone's like, "Where's this? Where's this? Where's this?" And it's like, dude, there are 5 different games they're releasing. That it's all them.
Gotta remember, there's also the Lord of the Rings one and some other stuff.
Which hasn't got shit. The Middle Earth stuff hasn't gotten a fucking thing in forever. Why is my dog barking? What do you want?
I don't know. Getting too hyped.
She's agreeing.
She's barking at something.
Is she looking outside?
No, she's looking on the shelf. It's weird.
And she's
It's
probably
a ghost. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna have to get some water anyway, so I'll be right back.
got to get water and a stretch.
Water and a ghost. I swear this house has a ghost in it. I swear.
That's fine.
Like there's things I see out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, what? Hello?
Well, I mean, also you guys
Mr.
did
Ghost?
just
Mrs.
move
Ghost?
in there recently,
They
so it's still a new residence. All right, I did some stretchings.
Like a very nice purple I have for his armor that I like.
Yeah.
But the pink isn't I'm not vibing with it as much. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for that.
Like clashing really badly, or is it just not bright enough?
Please stop.
I
Stop barking.
want-
Why are you always barking? What do you want?
Is she in the curator now?
No. She's just being a pain. All right, go lay down.
As a peach does.
Well, lately she's just been incredibly barky lately. I don't know why.
Yeah, you gotta burn some sage. You gotta, I don't know, whatever else you do with
You
ghosts.
gotta chant.
Yeah, that. A lot of chanting. So much chanting.
But
I got her now.
there was quite a bit announced. I mean, they did like I think they announced a Blood Bowl thing.
Yeah, they announced the Yeti for the Blood Bowl.
Yeah. No, not during the LVO.
Okay.
They maybe it wasn't anything for Blood Bowl, but they announced a box and like 2 updates for Age of Sigmar. They announced the Eldari stuff. They announced the I don't remember the name of it, like the big Bloodthirster for the Horus Heresy, which I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know if those are just like really big resin models for the sake of being big models. I don't think there's a game associated with them.
There is a game.
Is there?
Yeah, it takes place in the 30K, so it's different rule set, older quote unquote models.
Because a buddy of mine just bought some of those Mark IV Space Marines.
Yeah.
And he was telling me he was showing me like, oh man, I got these like, I painted them and I was looking through and I was talking to like one other guy who knows 40K sort of. He's more of a Sigmar player, and I was like, I can't find a data sheet for these things. I don't know what they are. And I guess they are Horus Heresy, but I couldn't find anything resembling a data sheet for it.
Yeah, I don't know anything regarding Horus rules and all that.
Yeah, I have no idea. But they announced something for that, and like, there were so many people that just like were getting so upset. And it's like I've seen enough like Nintendo Directs. I've seen enough of like
us nerds are never happy. Is basically all it is.
Dude, it's so like people get this idea of like what should be announced, and then it doesn't get announced, and then they get upset. And it's like I don't get it.
Yeah, people are fickle, weird beings.
Well, I mean, it's even like in the conversation we're having now. It's like you were calling GW like dumb for like some releases, and I don't know what dumb releases they have. Because like the easy thing,
it's just personal opinion versus like actual ideas of things. Because I think certain things they have done have been like, I don't know. I feel some of their box sets. I feel like they're just like. And I get it, they're a company, they're out for money, but like they're just pumping shit for money. But
like,
that's not everything. It's just
the box.
Some of the things.
You mean the box set? Like which box sets? The holiday ones?
Yeah, I think the holiday ones, because like the AdMech ones, it's like at best it's okay. The price value is moderate.
Mm-hmm.
The models included in it some are good, others are like. You can see any tournament list, like no one runs Thraxi.
Mm-hmm.
So it just feels like they're like trying to shove inventory at people to just have things, which is fine. I get that. Like I too work in a business. Like we need to sell things, so we will try and not upsell, but definitely persuade to acquire certain items. But I mean, it feels like they're just making decisions based off of the value of the dollar, and again, totally makes sense as a business standpoint, but just feels like a dumb thing for the public.
It's like the weird thing about these boxes is like the value like fluctuates as far as like an actual playing standard. Like the value of it fluctuates because like
totally
I mean like. LVO was won by someone who ran Rust Stalkers, and I don't think any other AdMech list had those. But like any of the other winning ones, like there was a Death Guard list that was like fucking 80 Poxwalkers.
Jesus Christ!
And the combat patrol for Death Guard is mostly Poxwalkers.
Yeah.
So it's like. The value of what's actually in the box, like on like a gameplay standard, can fluctuate, but like the price discount is generally always there.
Oh, totally. Yeah, no, I'll agree with you there. For the most part, they do hook you up properly with a decent like monetary discount.
Like the only thing I don't like are the dual release boxes. I wish they'd stop doing those.
For me, it depends on what's coming in it. Because like for this kit that Jarell and I just picked up, like I could make a kill team basically out of this.
We could easily just make it 2 boxes though. Like,
Yeah, oh definitely. They
That's
could've
what I'd
made
rather
2
them do.
boxes.
just make it 2. Like, sure, have the dual waste there, but just 2 boxes. You
Yeah,
want
for-
Especially
the Genestealer
because-
portion
For
you
like
want the Custodes
for like a nice round number. Like I don't know the actual prices of it, but if they had 3 different options of like $100 for one box, $100 for the other box, or like $180 for like a combination box, that's what they should do.
Right.
Because like
and just include the Codex too. Just bump it up
Oh,
another
man,
50 bucks,
right?
include the Codex, bam, everybody's gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the easiest way to get into any army.
Wait, did those not come with the codexes?
No.
Weird.
I don't think
I
Your-
think
the solo release boxes have come with
No, I
Codex.
think the Thousand Suns box kit, the dual release came
I
with.
don't
their book.
believe so.
No.
I don't think
Huh.
so.
I do not know. I will
The orc box,
Sometimes.
the orc box was really good. It came
Yeah.
with
Well, that was because you got like the full line refresh box.
the what?
You had a bunch of brand new stuff in your box, right?
Yeah. But like it came with the codex, it came with the data cards, it came with 20 of the Beast Snagga boys, which is that's like $50 each. That's $100
Yeah.
right there. Just in the model wise. It came with with 3 of the Squighog boys and the knob on the Smasher Squig, which is that's another 60 right there. It came with Zogrod, who isn't worth his weight in plastic. You might as well melt him down and turn him into another boy, because he just sucks. He's awful. The fact he didn't get his points decreased is crazy to me, because he sucks.
Or does he suck?
He's never. So do you know the runt herds?
Nope.
So a runt herd is there to buff Gretchen.
Oh.
Who cares?
Okay.
And they're like 45 points, something like that. Actually, I don't remember how much.
Buff Gretchen, you say?
To buff Gretchen, and by buff, I believe, it makes them run less. Which I mean, they have leadership 4 and they have an armor save of 7+. So like,
An armor save of 7+.
yeah, they have a 7+ armor save.
2 seconds. I'll be
I
right
don't
back.
know
I
why
gotta
you
switch headsets.
So
You would want to try to save those.
exactly, and they cost the same as if I wanted to buy 10 more. So,
Wait.
and then
Wait, what?
Zogrod, yeah. A runt herd is like, if it's like 50 points, you could just buy 10 more Gretchen. So why ever run it? And then Zogrod is a slightly bigger version of that, which can stop monsters. He can make monsters fight last. And
Did Gretchen get that bonus too?
well, it's anything he's in combat with. He can make monsters stop. I think he has to be in engagement range of the monster. And monsters aren't that common.
Okay.
Monsters are going to be pretty common now
For who?
with Tyranids.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of Tyranid. Like, there was 42 Tyranid players at the LVO.
Yeah, and
Like,
if
like,
I
like,
was playing against
works.
you and I brought like then I'm tailoring at that point. And it's like I'm never gonna put him in a competitive list. Like, because what the fuck is he gonna do against like Admech for me? Nothing.
That's true.
Like not a fucking thing. Like he's never worth it.
What was his name again?
The Zogrod Wartsnaga or something like that.
That's a character name.
Zodgrod.
Zodgrod or something like that. He's just look up worst orc model. As a
2+, okay.
he's like those points could be better spent anywhere else. And the actual runt herds don't take up a slot because they're like for a unit of Gretchen they could be taken in like the no slot organization, however that thing is worded.
Unaffiliated?
Yeah. But Zodrod takes up an HQ slot.
Oh,
And I'd rather just spend like the additional 10 points to get a psyker. If he was a psyker, maybe. If he was a psyker, he'd be worth it. But he is a better version of the worst thing in the army.
man, these armies and their psychers.
You know?
What's that, Sean? Start a second army? Have no psychers again? Sure.
Do they not have psychers? Custodians don't have
No.
psychers?
No custodes or no psychers.
Psychers or whatever.
I mean, they're like turbo anti-psychers.
That's the only reason I take psychers. Is for the defense
Yeah,
against it.
and that psycher protection.
Yeah.
All right. Now that I've got my
Psychers.
my old headset plugged in.
Psychers are... They're whatever.
I love Psychers.
I've never really... like had a game decided by psychers. See, the thing is, like, Drill, you like your psychers in the same way that I like my psychers. Your psychers and the amount they do haven't really had to do with them being psychers. They're psychers that fuck in combat. Like, your Hive Tyrant, whether it casts an ability or not, at the end of the day, it's still a Hive Tyrant.
Yeah, he's still gonna run in there.
He's not. It's not like a librarian where you could like just punch it.
Not like Inquisitor Greyfax, where you breathe at her wrong and she crumples.
Yeah, but you look at like an orc weird boy, and it's like they get like 3 attacks in combat, and their weapons do D3. Like they're good. Like,
Dang.
yeah, because they're still orcs.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like any of my really shooty guys at the end of the day are still orcs.
yeah, they're still gonna punch you really good.
Yeah.
God damn it! Who was I gonna listen to? There was a band I wanted to listen to. The Darkness. That's who it was.
They put out something new. Are they still around? Are they still doing
The
things?
Darkness?
Yeah.
Let me tell you if they put out a new album. They put out a new album last year.
Okay.
In fact, they've had. All right, so I know our last like group listen was back when One Way Ticket to Hell came out, back in 05. I remember when Hotcakes came out in 12. I've listened to some of the songs off of Last of Our Kind, and same thing with Pinewood Smile. I don't think I've heard anything off of Easter is Cancelled. Let's listen to Motorheart.
Is it the new one?
Yep. I'll let you know what I think. There we go. Turn it up just a touch. And I did listen through that newest, not the single, but the newest album from Coheed. That thing's you were right, Eric. It's damn good.
The new album isn't out yet.
No, well, their latest album.
Oh yeah.
I gotta turn this.
I forget the name of it. So all their albums are like full sentences.
Turn up the volume. There we go.
It's the one with the dude on the cover. The one with Coheed.
Yeah, like some big burly dude and
Yeah, Coheed.
a lady.
Coheed and Cambria. That's that's them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Coheed is just like a dude
That's the best.
who
I love this band. They're so ridiculous.
kills his whole family in chapter 1.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I should read that.
he like kills his daughter with a brick or something.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's
That's pretty brutal.
yeah, the beginning is pretty fucking rough.
Okay. Yeah. I listened to Vaxis Act 1 today.
Do you take a rut herd with your Gretchen instead?
Nope. What, can I?
Is this dude also equally as bad?
Yeah, runt herds are garbage.
It's a single model, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And orcs are weird.
Orcs are weird.
At least that option's not like your HQ, dude.
Yeah, like they're not worth taking even if they weren't HQs. Like they're just not very good. And the only reason I have a Zogrod model is because he came in the box.
Right.
He's for sale solo now. He's never like I could try running him at some point, but it's like I think the thing he gives he gives a buff to a single unit of Gretchen where they have action and shoot. I think it's literally called super runts.
For
But
Zodgrod.
yeah. But the Gretchen, if they're shooting at something, that thing is too close to them. And their guns already suck anyway. So it's like, cool, they raised a banner and shot at something.
Dope.
Gretchen are there to do an action, screen somebody out, and then hide. Like, that's literally what they're there for. If something is within charge range of your Gretchen, they're already dead.
And they have already.
Plus 7 save 4 leadership. That's horrible.
Yeah, if one Gretchen dies,
Sounds like clan rats.
no, dude, they're fucking,
I guess the clan rat slaves.
they're worse, dude. Like if one Gretchen gets shot and it has to have like AP nothing, then they like the rest of like more of them will run on. If you have to roll a 4 for leadership if one dies.
Good God.
That's like fuck. So why would I buff those? They're there to die. But you put them on a point and let them get you some primaries. That's their whole purpose, not to actually kill anything. If something dies to Gretchen, then your opponent really, really misplayed somewhere.
Well, what if you took a rat herd and then 21 Gretchens on a point? Just keep it your point forever.
Well, see, here's
to attrition.
Yeah. All it takes is like one person to like shoot at the Gretchen, and then they might just scatter. And if the runt herd can stop that, I'm not familiar with the rule. I'd have to look it up because I don't want to run a runt herd because they suck. I have 2 of them. One of them is assembled. Like
the only like positive about taking the runt herd is that the Gretchen become basically free. You get a free unit of fucking Gretchen, from what I understand.
I don't believe so. Where are you seeing that?
For the runt herd's abilities, runt herd, if your army's battle forge, you must include at least 1 Gretchen unit and a detachment for each runt herd unit in your detachment. Runt herd units don't take a slot in a detachment.
Yeah, so they
That
don't
just means that they wouldn't take up like if you can only take 3 elites, it doesn't take up one of those 3 elite slots.
Oh,
correct.
Okay.
You still have to pay for both.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the knob on the Smasher Squig. If you have a unit of Squig Hogs, they don't take up a slot.
Nice.
Yeah, which is great. But like I don't
But
Yeah, and then there's a bigger version one that takes up a. It doesn't even get the same thing that the run herds do. Like the whole like preventing them from running, he doesn't have that,
What a weird army.
and he's exclusive to snake bites.
hello, orcs. Welcome to. I'm never gonna fully ever understand you because WOG.
Yeah, because of orcs.
Dude, the thing about orcs are very easy to play. They're very simple. There's not a lot of
Go forward, shoot sometimes,
not
definitely charge.
not even like they're like very easy to understand. That's like the best part about them is like you don't have to make a lot of decisions. Like the boys, like they have 2 weapon options. The Snagga boys have 1 weapon option. You literally cannot. You can customize one thing about the Snagga boys, and you can give one of them a grenade launcher. That's it. Other than that, that's how they run. And that's kind of the best part about like the troops. You don't necessarily have to worry about learning a bunch of weird things. You just like
I think the hardest thing to know for like my army, the AdMech, is like how many overlapping buffs you've got in play at the same time.
well, how many different weapons can each Skitarii Ranger have?
Literally none. Your Rangers have 1 weapon, your Vanguard has the other weapon. That's it.
Oh, really?
There is no change. Yeah.
Mm.
They are 2 wholly different units, as it were. They don't get a weapon options.
Okay, so they're like Space Marines in that sense.
Yeah, they're just like this is them. That's what they've got. The end. Their leader can take some different stuff. Otherwise, nope. This is it. That's the end.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of the weird thing with the the Space Marines. Like their unit differences are pretty much just like what their weapons are. It's kind of weird.
Right.
I was expecting more of like the difference between assault intercessors and intercessors are some of them have pistols and swords and the other ones have rifles. That's it. That's the difference.
Oh man.
I mean, sure, there are some other stratagems that ones could use, blah blah, but like,
Oh, that could also be
from like just a data sheet standpoint,
right.
they're pretty much the same, which is like kind of cool.
I'm glad I decided to look up some pictures of my blade.
I'm kind of
guards.
hoping for
Even I'm
the
supposed to be
nades that some
fixing.
of their weapon profiles get buffed. Because I think
Mm-hmm.
they're oh man, I can't remember it right now. Give me 1 second. Just don't use this a lot. Death spitters. I think they could use a little bit of a
A touch of
little
love.
buff. Just a little bit of love, just enough. Um, the Devourers seem perfect for what they are, but I think Death Spitters getting maybe an Assault 4 instead of 3 would do well, because like you only see those really on Tyranid Warriors.
I would like to see the changes to the Hormagaunts and the Termagaunts from the amount you have in a unit change. Because that to me is a little outdated.
Oh yeah, 20 of them.
10, yeah.
Because I think it's always better to have 2 units of 20 than 1 unit 2 units of 10 than 1 unit of 20. Because like you have 1 less attack or 2 less attack, however it works. But the other option gives you protection from blast.
You know, that's so. Speaking of blast template things, and way backtracking to LVO. So the winning list ran the Skitarii cohort thing, and I was looking at that, and what that does is it jacks up the price of your Rangers and the Vanguard, but also gives them like some specific buffs.
Okay.
And one specific buff would be for the Vanguards, which is they do not give a shit about blast weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have a full squad of 20, and they don't count as having more than 6 regarding blast
Wow,
weapons.
nice.
Yeah.
Mom at Panzer, good to see you again, man. How you doing?
I
Welcome,
think
welcome.
I think definitely I'm playing some of the tabletop sims with you, Bowman. Putting like 6 Hive Guard in a squad, like not doing that again.
Mhm.
Or 6 warriors in a squad, not doing that again.
It's one of the things, if you can afford in the detachment to break them up, generally you should, just so they they don't get mowed down in like one shots, or for me it's protection with like morale, because my morale is the hardest thing to deal with the orc army.
I don't
Yeah,
have to
morale
worry
has
about that
definitely
as
been a
much-
hard one for you.
I mean, that's
much for
just
me.
orcs. 2 orcs get shot, it's like it's time to take morale. Here we go. Whereas
Check morale.
as before, that was never the case. Orcs
Layer this
orcs
purple.
never had to worry about morale back in the day.
What is morale?
Shut up, you weird synaptic bug.
Okay. 1 goal, 1 mind.
I can't wait till they update your codex and take that away from you.
That would be hilarious.
That would. I don't think that's going away.
You don't think they would make a big army-wide change to make you more affected by morale? Because that's what they did to me.
Yeah, you never know.
Orcs used to
They did, they would have to.
never have to take morale. Like they're old.
If they did, they would have to like
Add commissars.
probably add the synapsis link abilities to most of the other high fleets and kind of like change them a little bit, because then
They might just change how the synapsis link works.
it's true.
You never know, man.
I don't know, and that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do genuinely want to see what your army's going to get.
I still want to learn how to win with what I have already, though.
Yeah, you should.
I don't want
Yeah,
like
you and me both.
This new codex to determine it's like, oh man, these got buffed, gotta go buy them. It's like I got like the majority of what I want my army to be. Now I gotta figure out what the victory condition is.
Yeah, I the more I'm seeing like what lists are winning, the more I'm realizing I'm just a shitty tactician.
Yeah, and that's happened to me a lot too.
Mm,
I'd rather have that
I'll
happen.
disagree with that.
I'd rather have that happen than like what's been happening with orcs, where it's like I'm taking all these it went from take a block of 30 boys to like no, break them up into blocks of 10. Don't take boys.
Yeah, run nothing but buggies.
Like out of the if we're going on what's competitive or whatever it may be, like the whole holiday box that came out for the orcs, you use 2 things in that box. That's it.
Jeez.
I think competitive lists are very much a stepping stone on how to build your list.
Yeah, you need to
not
still
so
find
much
a
it's
style.
like, hey, cool, don't like buy like unit for unit what this dude bought, but it's like, cool, what's doing well? This, then work in some other
and-
stuff that you have or that you want to play with. Because
You've
each of
got to
these lists
find
are-
something that works. Like
Yeah,
for you.
God knows I've been trying.
Each of these lists aren't going up against each and every army that's playing at like the LVO.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna find like those randoms that are running 60 million fucking of those big sword boys in the mechs that our friend has.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean,
Or just
there's a good chance that at the end of the day, it's still a dice game. There's still a chance that like one of these that like I mean, there's a good chance that like this AdMech list won because it never ran into Thousand Suns. It never ran into Grey Knights.
Yeah,
Like that can happen. And
I was gonna just comment on the dice luck. Like you saw what happened to me. I brought the blenders out, and then the blenders tripped over their own electrical cord and cut it.
we both had pretty bad luck that game.
That was amazingly bad luck. It was hilarious.
But playing the army that's winning doesn't necessarily mean the army always wins. Like,
Yeah.
the weird thing is, like, Drakari have like a crazy high win rate right now,
Yeah, they still do.
and they're still not winning these big tournaments.
Which is that one I actually did find very surprising. I was not expecting to see an AdMech pull the LVO.
Why not? There was like
because they've been kind of lowered to like upper mid tier as far as competitive
Yeah,
lists go.
someone tell the winner of LVO that real quick.
Oh yeah,
well, there was
right?
that other tournament where an AdMech player won, and then one before that as well.
Yeah, now these dudes have figured out how to make it work, which is good. I'm glad that someone's able to.
I think a lot of people saw the nerfs that happened to AdMech and got a little too like, man, these are gonna hit us hard, and not figuring out like, okay, how can we work with this?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like they didn't even hit the nerfs that hard. Like bumping the points of the Rangers and Vanguard by I think it was 1 point. Like that wasn't really all that bad. I do think the 5 point for the Omnispecs or the other thing, like the Skitarii upgrade piece, was a little heavy, but
These point changes for orcs are great. I love them.
yeah, the point changes for the Custodies are amazing.
Like that was another thing. You can't
Yeah,
complain
it
about
is.
point changes if they're all going down. Like,
Yeah, I was very surprised to see everything get cheaper except for one thing, I think it was.
let me look at the orc point changes, which I still need to get the new chapter approved. Mostly because I want to look at the new secondaries. I haven't found any of those, and I want to start playing a game with those ones.
Well, that's what we need to definitely get it, because I think I'll be up and at 'em to do this upcoming Sunday tournament.
Nice.
Let's see.
Oh, gonna be going to Outer Plains.
Yeah.
Cool.
The squig buggies going up by 20 points is a problem. Like that hurts.
That's a pretty heavy hit.
Mazrog going up 15, not as bad as the 30 that the vanilla beast boss went up.
Yeah, that was a lot of people were like, I remember when they were first speculating the point changes for orcs, they thought that Rog was gonna just skyrocket.
No, he's always been outperformed by the vanilla beast boss.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. It's because of Mazrog can't take he can't change up his warlord trait. He always has the surly one where he can get back up, which
Right.
isn't amazing. But he can't take brutal Buchanan, which is the best warlord
Well,
trait.
that one
orcs have.
is amazing.
Yeah, that one's real fucking good. So
Yeah,
there's a big difference between like a beast boss with that and then like a slightly tankier beast boss in Mazrog.
that can't take it.
But Bonebreaker going down 15 points, great. Killican's going down in points, great. Like the kill rig going up in points, that's obvious.
Sorry, yeah, I'll let you finish that, and then I've got a side question.
It's obvious the kill rig was going to go up because it's literally everything. But even then, people still aren't fucking taking it.
Well, when it parallels like 7 out of 7 games, like,
Well, that's just mine.
I didn't peril the last game. Eric and I played, and it didn't peril.
Yeah. It just got
I don't know, I
shot. It
wasn't
got
there.
shot a lot, but you know.
Yeah, I shot it, I killed it, but
Yeah.
it didn't peril.
I mean, because it's a kill rig. It's fucking scary. Kill rigs are scary.
Yeah, I went after it with a lot of artillery.
Yeah, kill rigs are
I
scary.
didn't want that in my neighborhood.
No, kill rigs are just scary.
the rigs in my area. Don't get your leg.
Local kill rigs in your area.
Yeah. Hot single kill rigs are in your area.
Hey guys, this is my time. My name's Terrell. You can find me over at friend.
Yep. There.
But how did yours and Undecue's game go?
Oh, I couldn't cast any psychic powers to save my fucking life.
Oh man.
I took a normal war boss with brutal cunning and killed Typhus with it.
Nice.
Um,
Fucking nice.
my squig buggy missed everything pretty much all game. It did nothing. My Killicans like fucked up an entire unit of plague marines.
Nice.
But his other Plague Marines got me. His Poxwalkers sat there all game.
Yeah, they were just sitting on top of that point back there, right?
And that Forge World model he had really fucked me up. The one that
Okay.
just does mortals. That one was.
Yeah,
You got a-
that thing's
You got a
mean.
Forge Ward model?
He's
Yeah,
had
yeah,
one.
he did.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, if it's his weird mech thing for Chaos.
Yeah, if I.
It's a cool model.
Yeah.
So I'm doing dry brushing for kind of the first time,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and I'm just hitting like the higher parts.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I'm really confused with on this is how much paint do I put on the brush and how much paint do I remove from the brush?
So you want to rub off as much
Uh,
paint as possible, basically.
The
You want
answer
it to
is
leave.
a lot and then a lot.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're pretty much gonna
So-
load it up and then scrape it all off.
Yeah, so I'll
And I
quick
can just
demo.
go back to where I scrape it off and pick more back up.
Nope.
Yeah,
No, I shouldn't do that.
No. You should scrape it all off, and then the dry brush, you're gonna like fucking hit it like 30 times.
yeah, you're gonna just kind of want to work in small circles,
Mm-hmm. Or in one direction. I
or
usually,
yeah, or just all brushing straight down or
Yeah.
up,
but it's not.
because it's a
It's-
gradual buildup. Of
Yeah.
paint
Okay, so
versus,
it won't go like fully away. It'll just
Yeah, it's
Be
gonna be
away.
it's gonna be barely noticeable at first, and then, let me
It'll start building up.
let me see what I have that's dry brushed. Actually, I think this this orc is a good one.
Someone
There's
asked
a very light green on the if you have the stream open.
Yeah.
Nice.
You see on like his arm, how like the raised areas are brighter than the rest.
yeah.
That's because I took a very dark green and then did the entire arm. Then I did a green like shade, so it got like into the surfaces, and you could just see the like the bigger parts of the arm are brighter, and that's a much brighter green. But that's
All from dry brushing.
Yeah, you do it very very little.
Okay.
And I think
Yeah,
the-
I was
the
actually-
other
there's been
arm is
some-
kind of in the same boat where it's like you can see the brighter parts of it, but it's mostly still kind of dark.
I'm understanding it. Like I'm saying, like what I want to pop out now.
Yeah, but it's a
Yeah,
very
that was,
very subtle change.
yeah, I was actually going to comment on that. Some of the models that you have done before, Eric, like some of the I guess, shading looked fantastic just because of, I guess, apparently just dry brushing a lighter color into them.
Yeah, it's
I'm kind of doing the opposite where I'm dry brushing the darker color on it.
Which is also totally a thing to do.
yeah. If you're
Because
trying,
that's how I get all my rust on things. Like I
Kinda-
dry
kinda
brush a
like
darker
it.
color.
A little bit.
like,
Just to kind of give it that like clean, like new flesh look, and then it gets dirty as like layer. I don't know.
it
I don't know if you
depends.
can.
It depends on the look you're trying to go for. Because if you're trying to, you usually when you're dry brushing, you're doing a brighter color, and that's why you would do the dry brushing. Otherwise, you would just kind of highlight with a darker color. But what are you trying to dry brush exactly? Let me get your camera up here.
Yeah, I just popped his up on the Discord.
You're are you going over the pink
Yeah, I'm going over the pink right now.
with what color?
So I have a Fulgrim pink
Uh-huh.
as his like base, like
Yep.
pink.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going over with an Emperor's Child layer
Okay.
where it's being dry brushed on the higher parts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it can be really seen all too well.
Yeah. I
No,
can-
actually, it's showing up really well.
Yeah, I could tell. It took the notice. I can. Generally, that would be done. Like, if I was painting that, I would have done that the other way. But there's not really a wrong way to do it. Because normally you want like if you're thinking about how the light hits it, the raised areas would be brighter as opposed to the more sunken down ones. That being said, there's no fucking rules to this. But
Yeah, just paint what you want to paint.
but you generally want the lighter colors to be toward the outside and the darker colors to be toward the inside. So, like in his muscles where it's deeper, that would be kind of the darker area, and then the parts that the light would be hitting would be where the like the light would be hitting it, and it would be brighter, like as they're raised up.
I think the best way to like kind of understand the end result that I want all of this to look like, I want my like Tyranid like models to look cell shaded.
Okay.
Okay.
Like
I have no idea how to do that.
Yep,
I have
same.
no idea
Look,
either. That's why I keep.
Yeah, that's gonna be all you. I've seen a lot of models with the cell shaded look. I have no idea how they do it.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
They do
So,
some sort
I mean,
of
props
weird.
to you for trying, my man.
They do some sort of like weird outlining technique. I don't know how it works. But yeah, man, go nuts.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'd
just
love to see how that turns out at the end of it.
I'm trying to learn just new things about painting. Really,
I mean, like
many different things.
yeah, I learn by doing.
I do a bit of both. I learn by doing, and then a lot of YouTubing.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely look things up. But the like
There we go.
fucking techniques.
Technique.
Technique.
Steel techniques.
Yeah, steel.
It's one of the.
Oh, actually, speaking
Sure,
of
there was.
stealing techniques, I saw a really good, quick and gritty leather technique.
Yeah.
Yeah, paint red, go over with null oil twice.
Okay.
So like these boots down here, that's a corn red, and then 2 layers of null oil just to get a deep, rich kind of chocolatey red brown. All right, that's it. That's all it was.
I've done that with like I'm a big fan of, because I have like the back here or the straps here. I've been doing a lot of Xandri dust and then going over with Agrax for like kind of the brighter leather and like the rope look as well.
Oh, totally.
It looks amazing.
And that's
I
that's
like
just
that tube.
I should
oh
probably
the
look at
color
the
of that
blue
too.
on
tube.
that back. Yeah, that
Yeah.
looks really good.
I just focus. So there we go. I just needed some color in here, and that's just like McCrag blue with some null oil, and then just
Yeah, I'll re-upload some of my old the orcs that I painted for my old coworker to your Discord, just because like the orcs I painted are just bananas and colorful. Because he gave me he gave me carte blanche, really. He's like, just do thing. I'm like, yeah, I'll do thing.
I
Color
only
Neon Nation.
I only have a few rules when it comes to my orcs. Like, I don't want pinks or purples from a pure lore standpoint. Which is difficult for me because
because purple's a great color and you love it.
I wear a lot of pink.
Yep. I bought a pinkish shirt. It's a red and white stripes, but boy, does it look pink. It's nice.
I have pink shorts on right now. It's just like,
hell yeah.
I wear pink all the time.
I'm wearing
Yeah,
the classic gray sweatpants.
Yeah, that's pretty. Like, I have like my typical like orc skin recipes that I want, like that are pretty much like army wide. That I like. My normal orcs are always Waflesh, Baeltan, and then War Boss, and then my any of the Stagga Boys are Auric Flesh, a mix of Baeltan and Lamian Medium, about 50-50, and then go over with Skarsnik. So like I have my recipes that like go from orc to orc, because like my normal orcs like this one are always darker than the Snagga Boys, because I want the Snagga Boys to be brighter. But like the other ones, like I don't know, there's no rules. But like
You might still a few more of your boys to paint. That's a lot of fun painting them.
Yeah, I could show you like how I do the orc skin, and
That'd be fucking dope.
because like
Baker Miller pink.
'cause
Huh?
I
I have no idea what that is.
I'm curious of what like your orc compared to mine, because yours looks kind of like wetter. I think the paint just needs to be thinned a little more because mine is a lot like flatter. I'll just have to show you how to do that because you kind of have like a wet look, and I'm curious to see what you're doing to make it do that because like my skin is always really matte.
I don't know what it is because like as you can see now, there's not like really a like the wet look is like on the Patriarch's brain right now, which is what I wanted. But it has a combination of the.
Oh, that's not a Brood Lord.
No,
that's a Patriarch.
I thought that was the Brood Lord.
This is a Patriarch.
Because they look the same. They look almost the same, man.
Yeah, let me hold on.
They're in like the same pose. One of them's just on a rock. The other one's on a pipe.
Yeah, this one's on a tube. Tubes.
Relax, just say that.
And like this, I mean, the burner commando is pretty much just a commando. But I need.
All right, there we go. Slowly but surely, chipping away at some actual colors to this thing, so it's not just gold.
I was really thinking when it came to.
That's a very interesting pink.
When I was seeing painting the Space Marines, I thought it was going to be quick and easy, and it's really not.
Yeah, these two.
Yeah, they're like in the same damn pose.
Their tails are just a little bit different.
Yeah, one of them's just picking his brain, right?
Like the difference is like the Patriarch is from the Genestealer cult that evolved into this. This was made. This was pre-made
left dude is
this character. This one evolved into this character.
Yeah, Patriarch is several decades and generations of gene stealing foolery.
A planned generations in the making.
I wonder what
that's a color right there. Oh, time to hydrate.
You do you still need the Genestealer cult book? Do you not have that yet?
I do not have it yet.
I'm
NIDS
curious.
coming out with a new book, like kind of.
Yeah, but again, like Eric said earlier, that NIDS book is eventually.
Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about that. You're not going to get a new NIDS book for another 4 months. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, minimum.
I'm gonna agree to disagree. I'm gonna say it's gonna be by April mid time frame.
That would be super cool if it was.
Interesting.
Oh my god, what was I doing?
I think I'm just gonna go red.
Like with how quick they've been giving it. Like if we go, let me go load up the preview.
Oh, I'm a dummy. I did the wrong thing there. Oops. Because this was supposed to be on all of the gems, not my sword. Now I gotta redo that.
That's so outrageous.
Wow.
Yeah, because they came out with that preview that had all the new models in it. So far, 2 of the models have come to fruition, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
One of them being the Reaper. I'm pretty sure that was done in LVO.
Mm-hmm.
The Avatar, or no, those girls with the whips are also in the 2022 Warhammer preview.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the NIDS.
Chicks with whips, you say?
Yeah, chicks with whips. And then we had the Avatar.
Good old King.
3 out of like the 6 that were already there, and we're about to enter quarter 3 pretty soon. Or no, we're still just in February. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're still in first. What are you talking about?
Man, this.
So from all that, like, when did they tease the Avatar came?
Like last week.
January 1st.
So it's
the beginning of last month.
Last month.
So it's
last week.
So it took them like 2 weeks to show it.
4 weeks because it was just this past LVO that they showed it.
Oh my
They
god!
pre-
Oh my god! It's February, or just about.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
February.
No, it is. It is. Today's the first.
What the fuck?
Trust me, I'm right there with you, dude.
We're all right there on this time frame.
So I mean, we'll see. Like it depends on how they prioritize it, because like Tau got announced an update like a while ago, and
Well,
then like
Tao's released, isn't it?
no.
Yeah, I thought they were.
No, Tao.
Oh no, they're pre-order this weekend. That's
Yeah.
right. They were pre-order this last
Yeah,
weekend.
they're I think they're out this coming weekend.
Yeah, they're
So
basically
they're
out.
soon.
That took a long time though. But-
2 indeed.
I think once we start hearing about NIDS, any rumors or leaks from NIDS, that's when that's the month we'll see the new codex.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
It's definitely possible, but it's one of the things like for them it hasn't been like reveal release. It's like reveal release. Like it's so random. Like
Yeah, release edge, reveal edge.
I would
release.
love to agree with you and be like, yeah, they're just gonna fucking put this out, but like I honestly don't know, because they might show Tyranids and then like release them 6 months later. They might reveal Tyranids and be like, this shit's out next week. We have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I do think, like, I mean, obviously for Custodes and Gene Stealers, like, they were definitely meant to be out sometime way early last year, but, you know, COVID did its things and screwed up everything.
I think the projected was December. I remember right.
I have no
No,
idea.
late November.
Because there's a
early
lot of
December.
things that were supposed to have been out way earlier than they actually came out.
I didn't think any of us were gonna play Custodes, so I didn't really pay too much attention to it. Or Tau.
Yeah, neither did I.
The fact that some
Yeah,
of us
same-
are like
yeah.
coming out and being like, I want to play Tau. It's like I don't want to be friends anymore. Like
Yay, you smelly weeb.
You know what? Tau looks pretty cool. Those are some models that
They-
would really have fun to paint.
see,
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I would have a great time.
they
painting some of their models.
look cool, but when you play them, it's
You're a
stand and
smelly
shoot.
Smash player. I said it.
Like I don't know how Tau is gonna go, because like
Yeah, I have no idea.
there's all these things that like get announced, and like things that are like apparently like when the Orcs release came, everyone was like, fucking Beast Boss on Squigosaur is on in its own fucking tier. It's the best thing in the army. Nothing is better than it, and nobody ran one. The kill rig was like, this thing's a psyker and a transport and a heavy support and fucking artillery, and nobody ran one. People just ran
Which is
fucking
super weird.
People just ran scrap jets
Well.
and squig buggies.
Yeah, they saw the combo that worked the best and then ran the combo that worked the best. Excuse me.
Sort of. Like it's weird. Like
Oh, no,
so
that's
so like because everyone is like freaking out over the Tau railgun, and it's like, is it going to be that good? We don't fucking know.
I mean,
I think it is.
yeah, like stat line wise, it looks like it's gonna be as good as it seems. 'Cause-
Yes, stat line was.
But it goes on like a 250 point model.
Yeah, we also don't know how much like the actual gun costs.
Yeah, true.
Because like yeah, it goes on that Hammerhead gunship. That thing's expensive, and then the gun might also be expensive. And
Yeah, so if it ends up running someone like, I was gonna say a quarter of their army, there's no goddamn way it's gonna be that expensive.
I mean, like, even how that is, like, with like, for like me and Jarrell, it's like, yep, big Hammerhead gunship tank. It's got this big railgun that fucking destroys everything, and it's surrounded by boys, or it's surrounded
Yeah.
by Hormagods. Now it's not gonna do shit.
Yeah, because it's all blast outside of that
Yep.
one.
Now you just gotta
option
fucking
that's
deal with these.
great.
Wait, is it Blast?
I believe so.
Oh,
Even if it's not, then it's shooting at Gaunts and boys.
True, and it can
Like-
only take out shots
One.
worth.
IDK, like
It could
the
shoot
thing has
once.
48 inches. If like that's in the range of Guns and Boys, the Tau player is already doing something fucking wrong.
Gaunts and boy, what are you talking about? Just fucking like you have options to advance and charge. I have options of like deep striking things. I have Storm Boys. Storm Boys can advance, and they don't roll their advance. I think they advance at 18 inches, and I can get army wide advance and charge. It's like, fuck, you can get there.
Yeah, you can be in their chocolate.
Like
oh, man, I kind of want some chocolate.
I mean, there are options. Everyone's looking at stat lines. Like
it's never just like it. Is it like the best thing in the world?
Yeah.
It's like, you're right. It's like, how can I counter this? Which should be like everybody's first instinct, and not like, oh man, this is the most broken thing in the world.
Well, you and me have been around the League of Legends circuit enough to know that every time something new comes out and it's good, people are like, it's busted, it's broken, it's
busted,
too fucking good, it's amazing, it's busted. And it rarely is. It's just a matter of people freaking out and seeing something. I mean, like, granted, this is not me saying, like, it's bad.
This is you saying we don't know yet.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's a fucking... it's like a 14 strength gun that goes through invuln saves?
It's a fuck you artillery gun.
That's scary.
-4 AP.
That's scary. But, like... I don't know, you have a Broodlord, I have Mozrog, they get Lookout Sir, so it's like, it's whatever. Put them next to some boys. I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah, here I am running no-name characters yet, so I'm like, what am I worried about?
I mean,
I think that's
it's not a matter of named characters, it's just characters.
Yeah, true.
It's like, oh, they can't shoot your fucking Marshal if he's near Rangers.
Yep. Yeah, which he will always be. He's babysitting Rangers forever.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's actually a problem I'm kind of running into, because like I'm going into like part of my army can shoot and part of my army can fucking crump with the best of them. And it's like, maybe I should be tailoring around more one of a certain type.
I personally, I don't think so. But I also like having the option of like, yes, I will soften them up from a range and then get in there and do something, maybe. But I'm also playing an army that is almost 99% like, no, we just stand back here and shoot. You come to us. I
mean, like, that's what tabletop sim is for. Like, yeah. we've been playing we haven't really been playing that much tabletop sim, and we should. That's the time to, like, what if I ran a list with 60 Gaunts? What if I ran a list with, like, only Gene Stealers? What if I fucking, like, ran a bunch of these, like, Pyrovores? Or, like, whatever. Because, like, Pyrovores suck.
Those, I want to buy some of them. I want to buy, like, 3 of those.
You know what?
I know they're going to, like, something has to happen with them. It's either they get shut out of the codex, or
you know, buff. In 8th edition, you know what the worst thing in my book was, besides like the runt herds, which still sucked and suck now? It was the boys? Squig buggies. They were trash.
Redid those things.
They were awful. They were like the worst vehicle in the fucking in the entire book. They were terrible. Now they're the best thing in the book. They're the best vehicle. Between them and scrapjets, the best.
Yeah, I looked at them and I was like, man,
yeah, dude.
I should buy you. But I feel like if they do get a buff or do get a significant like rework, they're going to be in that box.
I don't know. And I wouldn't guarantee on that. Squig buggies were not re-released at all.
The Custodes combat patrol box that they're dropping sometime eventually. They're throwing 10 sisters, 3 bikes, 3 of your basic troop Custodes, and an HQ. Like they're not giving them anything astounding.
Yeah.
But they are giving them enough to like make a comparable starter force. So that's kind of where I see most combat patrol things go. That's kind of what I would expect to see for the upcoming Tyranids one too.
It's hard to say because like there are some like the Death Guard box, which are primarily like poxwalkers, which is kind of weird. There are, I mean, the new Orc Voids, as much as I like how they look, like how they come in the box is really dumb.
Oh yeah.
Well, there are like 6 Slugachappas. There's like 3 with Shootas, and then you have to take a specialized weapon with one of them. And then the Knob is always has a Big Choppa or a Power Claw. Like that's rarely worth it, and like you don't need to upgrade the boys pretty much. But like you can't run them with all the same weapons right out of the box, which is
Right.
really dumb.
That's kind of dumb.
Which is also like really strange because the new commandos, they all have like the special weapons like this one, but they can all be like built a different way for Slugachappa. Every single one. But they didn't do that with the new boys. It's very strange. I also want some more of the commandos because the commandos just look cool.
The commandos are really good.
I love the new commandos. It also came at the perfect time when I got like the old commandos, and I hate those.
Yeah, delicious resin models.
Not even like the fact they were resin. They just looked dumb. Like I really would like new tank busters because the tank busters look dumb. They also come on the wrong size base, so.
Oh, sweet. That's always fun.
Yeah, it's weird, but.
Oh wait, no, I'm not going to paint that up. I need to change the color of those and the boots. What color am I going to paint this fool's boots?
I can't think of a box that has, in particular, talking about the Ripper Swarms, units that come inside a secondary box. Like, here you have warriors, but here's a little bit of the Ripper Swarms.
Yeah, you're
And, like,
that.
not enough to, like, fill out, like, an entire
unit
because it takes 3 of them, and you need at least 3 of the models on a base.
I don't
equal
think
a Ripper Swarm.
I don't think anything does.
Yeah, I think that's it. And that's such a weird thing.
What they need to do is have like 3 should just come into combat patrol box. There is one. There is one. Guardsman.
What's the other thing?
Guardsman. They can but it's half of a good example. Because the start collecting box for the Guardsmen, they come with 1 heavy weapon team.
Yes.
And that can be used to replace two Guardsmen in a unit. This isn't an exact 1-for-1. Because like at the end of the day, you can just buy a box of heavy weapons team the way you should be able to just buy a box of Ripper Swarms, but
yeah, that's a very bizarre thing.
I'm debating if I want to do anything else with this welding mask. I don't know. I don't know if I give it like the flame colors, if that's a little too on the nose and like it'll be too matchy with the actual flamethrower. What do folks in the chat think? Do we think that's good? Oh, focus. Do you think the mask is good with just the red, or should I go a little more with it? What do you guys think? So I think having it be the more. Should I do like actual like flame colors on it, or should I?
I mean, there are a lot of welding masks that just have flames on them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've also got like the flames like on the actual burner.
Yeah,
like,
on the tip of the burner.
Yeah, which I think came out pretty good actually. And then I got
those look really good.
And I got like the blue flame on the bottom lighting it.
Nice.
So like because I've seen a flamethrower before.
This is true, Mr. Military Man.
No, I mean, flamethrowers are in the military to destroy equipment, not to be used on people.
Not to be utilized. Well, yeah, I think it's a war crime to use those.
Yeah, it is.
It is now a war crime.
I don't know if now. I think post World War II, it's a war crime.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
No, I think they were using them in Nam. Yeah.
They were definitely using them in Nam.
I mean, we were the bad guys in Nam, so
We've been the bad guys in pretty much everything since World War II.
Watch out, you heard that?
We're bringing
all been the bad
democracy
guys
to
here
your
take a
oil.
hydrate. Hey, hydrate.
Yeah, I was in the
drink.
process
Everybody
of
hydrate.
hydrating.
Yeah, hydrate.
Hydrate. I gotta fill up my water, get more hydrate.
I there's a
Oh yeah, that's a good call. Doing a little bit of like just kind of a glow, sort of, from the flame on the dude's mask, since it is a light source right there.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, and this seems really far because this model is pretty much done, and that seems really far into the model to try to get experimental. Maybe it's something I can, if I learn later, I'll come back and touch it up. But I think for now, I'm not looking to
Draw a big grin on it.
Yeah, do some
Hold on,
ooh-woos on it.
Hold on, I got you. I'm gonna send it to you real quick, or I'm gonna post it in a general chat on the Discord. And you can find Discord up in the link.
I like it.
What the hell are you posting? What am I looking at here? I'm scared.
Oh no, it's nothing to be scared of. It's pretty cool.
There's a big grin.
Oh yeah, that's what. That's kind of what this guy is.
Big doofy grin.
It's kinda,
yeah.
Kinda close.
Oh, hell yeah,
I gotta darken him up a little bit. This guy also brought a sledgehammer.
He wants to play with his hammer. It's fine. It's just.
Oh man, that got me an idea for if I ever paint another one of your boys. Like kind of voodoo-ish.
They
Louisiana voodoo-ish.
Hell yeah.
Your orc
Baba
also
Yaga.
your orc also kind of broke one of my orc rules, but I didn't mention that.
Or was that?
Of having gold teeth.
Oh right.
Having gold teeth means they've lost teeth, which means they've lost a fight.
Oh, does it?
Their teeth are their money, and if they need more money, they punch another orc and take their teeth.
Yep, because orcs.
I tried to make it look like he like dipped his teeth in gold. Gold-plated some gold-plated teeth.
Get some caps.
But also I was like, I need something to be gold because it's like a
Yeah.
Goku.
The
Goku work.
Yeah, dipping them in gold I think would make them worth less, actually. In orc lore. Orcs are weird.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Orcs kind of the best a lot of the time.
Orcs are
Orcs just want to have fun.
also bought.
Orcs
I also after
fun.
hanging with Jake, I got one of those vortex mixers because
I too bought one.
I too have not bought one.
Well, I mean, you live with the guy who bought one, so you're good.
Yeah.
What does stuff?
How do
Yeah,
how do loan sharks work with teeth? You don't. There are no loans. If you need money, you fight another orc and you steal his teeth.
It's Lone Gretchen. It's Lone Gretchen. You have to go to Lone Gretchen. They take your teeth.
I mean, there's an orc who went back in time and shot himself to get 2 copies of his favorite gun. There's no loaning. You just take.
Yeah, orcs. What is this? Oh, alright.
Was what?
Oh, okay, I went over to Easter's Canceled now. That makes sense. I was like, I know I've heard these songs before, and I haven't listened to this other album. No, it's a track by The Darkness called Heavy Metal Lover. And it goes from, like, sounding to, like, The Darkness, and then suddenly just a thrash riff hit, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? It's like, oh, okay, it's still The Darkness. It's fine. Everything's fine. Fine. They're just having fun.
Westy 2024, how you doing, man?
Oh, hello.
Excited to see your upcoming presidency. I'm assuming that's what that is. I hope so. You got my vote.
Perhaps.
There we go. I did a little more fire on the mask there, just to give him a.
Oh, that's too thick. Oh, damn.
He's got a little more brightness now. There you go.
There
That better? That a little more exciting.
Damp. Get some wet blending going on here.
We're painting the Tau. Nice. Well, you have 3 hobby buddies here. We got. I'm painting some Orc Commandos. This is the latest one, which I guess I'm considering this guy done. Focus. There we go. He's.
I wish.
Pretty much done. Got Custodes that way. That way, and then we got some Gene Stealer Colts right up there. These guys went in halvesies on the new box.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool box.
If you'd like to show us off your Tau, Discord's up in the chat.
Yep, you can always take.
Please, I like seeing other people's models.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, I've been getting pretty pumped every time someone else has been posting their models in the chat. It's really cool to see other people's stuff.
Some of that hobby motivation.
It is like not even a joke. I opened up a Google just like a Google search page and went into images and I'm like Blade Champ, and wouldn't you know it, someone painted theirs to look like the goddamn Witcher.
Miami Vice. Now I gotta see him.
Yeah,
now I gotta see him. Now I gotta see him.
Yeah, bring that on.
I'm liking what I'm hearing.
I know pretty soon I want to get my Ultramarines started out. I also bought more Ultramarines.
Right.
Oh, if there's ever any Ultramarines you don't like want to
leaving high
or want, like, just you can send them up my way.
Oh, to become bits.
Be sacrificed.
Or to.
All right. What do I want to work on
are you
next
to,
here?
Paint.
Yeah, if you want to do those ones, I'm doing a very specific color scheme with, but
yeah, that's why I'm saying like unwanted, unneeded.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a plethora of some they're not Ultramarines, they're just Space Marine general at this point.
Yeah. Which I mean, like,
so if you want to snag any of them and paint, like I got a bunch of Reaver, I've got a couple Intercessor that do have Space Wolf heraldry.
I mean, Assault Intercessors, like, those are good ones to practice because they're the cheapest ones you can get, and they're kind of not very good. So, I mean, like, just take normal Intercessors or, like, Blade Guard Vets or something. Anything other than normal. There we go. My wife said his mask was a little too bright, so I darkened it up, hit it with some Nuln Oil.
I'm liking what I'm doing with this brain. Man, I'm really just liking this brain portion of this model.
So what did you say for the leather, Sean? It was
Well, I did corn red and then literally just 2 layers of Nuln Oil, like
Nuln
one
Oil
layer dry.
or Agrax.
I did Nuln.
Okay.
Though now that you've mentioned Agrax, I kind of want to use it, but I also have some sepia too.
I'll try it right now. You know what? I got a backpack to do, so
yeah.
I got some. That's pink. That's Blazdaka red. I got too many reds, dude.
I have very few reds, and I have even less greens.
I got some corn. I got some corn red here.
Yeah, there's the one.
Reds. I need to work on my reds.
Build up some reds.
Excited for those Tau updates coming.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of those Tau updates.
Gonna get 9,000 Hammerhead gunships for all of us.
Until they get nerfed into oblivion.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, honestly, who knows what the GW...
I don't think nerfed into oblivion are ever on GW's mind, honestly. I mean, I
think they kind of had been trying to do some of that to the Dark Eldar, but I mean, it's just been power creep in a different direction each time.
The Orc Speedwall list was killing people in one turn.
Yeah, that made sense to get. And
the nerfs that happened were the two big offenders are the Scrapjets and the Squig Buggies. Scrapjets went up 10 points each. Rocket Trucks went up 20 points each. And then you cannot take another group of the same kind of jets. Or the same kind of buggies.
But that hit like...
That's the whole nerf. That's not that bad.
Well, but then there was also the game-wide nerf. Granted, this was also factoring in from the AdMech too, but you can only take 1, 2, or 3 planes depending on game size and all that stuff.
Yeah. And people were taking 2 jets anyway. They were taking a Blastojet and a Dakajet.
Oh,
that nerf was more for you.
Yeah, it was.
But like, we're talking nerf into Oblivion. If that's Oblivion, then Oblivion's not that bad.
No,
it's
it was
over,
not.
Neds.
Dude, those things look super cool.
Ooh.
I love
Yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah.
Holy shit, those look fucking amazing.
They look like
Those
they
are
look
really
like
cool.
candy.
Those are my fucking colors right here. These are
That is some
these are
fucking-
my-
Vaporwave boys.
that
fucking
I was gonna say
French kiss.
vaporwave.
And
Can we just respect
what
the
I'm liking.
out
I'm
in the
seeing
corner?
Kroot. I want to see
Yeah,
more Kroot.
yeah.
I'm a big fan of Kroot.
The Kroot, like from everything I've seen of their
So you're
like,
repainting those? What's the new plan? That's what I'm curious about. If that was the old plan,
wow, yeah, because the old plan looked fantastic, dude.
some.
Old school milkshake cups.
Oh yeah.
The Miami Vice. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're gonna do, because like yeah. Gobi's right. That's a shitload of Tau.
Mm-hmm.
But those look fantastic, dude.
Yeah, that's good
I
stuff.
see some
I see a knight back there.
custodians on some bikes over there.
Well, he has Archer has the black turtlenecks, and then he has the slightly less blacks, and then the slightly more black ones. So, M as in Mancy. Big fan of H. John Benjamin.
I'm super bummed that that show's probably not going to come back.
No.
Fucking Mallory Archer's voice actress died.
I mean,
Some good shit though, dude.
they
I mean, they made do without Woodhouse, but he wasn't Mallory Archer.
I always what is it? What show is that? I know they did it in Scrubs, but they did it with the
Looks like a DJ speaker.
with the
Oh my god, it does.
with the
It looks like that dude's
with
playing DJ.
JD's dad in Scrubs, and then I forget what the big show he was on.
Yes.
Where they kind of acknowledged that he died, and they had the character die as well, and
Okay.
so I mean maybe that'll
I
happen.
mean, yeah, that's another thought too. But
That's,
where they left off with the last season, like I don't know.
you never know. I
Yeah.
haven't watched Archer in a
They
long
might just
time.
time skip too.
Yeah, you never know.
Is Archer like that show that is of the old like school comic that like came on bubblegum wrappers?
No,
Or like
no.
like it was like an old time like comic book.
You're thinking of Riverdale and Archie,
Oh,
which that one
Oh,
is
Riverdale.
that one. The best thing I've ever seen about Riverdale is someone said like it's really awesome and progressive that they made a show that was written entirely by predictive text.
Dude, yeah,
'Cause-
that show, from everything I hear about it, that show is banana pants.
Dude, there's some things they do that are normal, and then it's some things like and then all the cheerleaders went to the prison and wore all black and performed a cheer at this person's funeral. Like, it's like, what? They did what? And you're gonna act like this is normal? Hold up.
Yeah.
I'm painting entirely off camera right now. I'm trying to get better with that.
Yeah, I've been like actively keeping my camo side open, so I'm like, all right, am I in camera still?
I have my camera open on my screen and I'm just not paying attention to it.
a
Because I'm
good
talking
thing
about
for you to
Riverdale.
do is to get just a bottle of paint where your camera is and just paint right next to that bottle of paint.
Mm.
This
course.
guy.
Of course,
and his
closed.
tips. His pro tips.
Pro gamer tips.
Hello guys, my name is Drill, and here's your pro gamer move.
Might know me as Insight. Here's my pro gamer move.
Jarrell's programmer move is literally do what they do in like Broadway shows and just have like a piece of tape on the ground of where you're supposed to
Stage
stand.
direction tape.
Like they literally have marks. That's
I mean, it's smart.
yeah, it works.
Yeah, it keeps you where you need to be.
Yeah, man, Westy. I am now back to streaming. I was out for quite some time because I got myself that COVID. But now that I'm back to my normal streaming schedule. So if you need hobby buddies, we are they're not here every time. I'm here every time, but
Yeah, I'm usually here Tuesdays.
yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, 9 to midnight generally is when you can catch me. So, you're more than welcome to hang out and talk some chow.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I got that. I got my ass kicked by the Rona. Like that thing fucked me up. It was not a good time.
It is not a good time.
I was speaking with a customer earlier today because he had brought up how many of his friends had contracted. That's the word. Contracted the Rona.
Concocted.
And I'm like, I just let him know, like, yeah, I'm one of the few of my group of friends who is yet to get it, and I have been trying like hell to stay that way.
Dude, I had not. This was the first time I'd ever got hit with it. Go to the field in 2 weeks. That sounds military-esque.
Yeah.
Gone for over a month, he says.
My brain says Army Reserve. My brain says that sounds like AT. I'm not actually sure.
That or another one of my customers is a pipeline technician who gets deployed to
something. It might be
pipelines.
It might be a civilian job. I don't know. I hear
who knows?
I hear the field, and my brain says military.
Oh yeah, your brain.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, you
my
guys
brain
both
goes to
have that,
Marines.
Active Army. Well, thank you.
All right. Well, there we are.
Thank you for your service, man. What's your MOS? I was 74 Delta back in the heyday when I was young and healthy. Now I'm just
and doing things like that.
yeah. Now I'm just a fat man, a fat married man.
Things.
You are a.
Oh, did I not have the white paint out? God damn it, me! I'm so good at this.
What do I do? Like I'm confused.
This is my favorite part of meeting someone else that was in the Army, because it's always the same two questions when it's like, oh, what's your MOS? And then they tell you, and it's like, all right, what's that? It's always my favorite part, because I have so many people be like,
you can spout things, but
yeah, that makes sense.
2.5 years. Well, hey man, that's
Roxy the
not
Riveter.
that long, honestly.
Silent but violent. Appreciate you following and okay. 15 Echo. I know this one. Fuck. I feel like I knew someone. The 25 is most of the communication, so it's not that. 35 Fox's intelligence. That's not right. Fuck. I know this. I don't know this.
If you know this, I'm going to be very impressed.
I don't know this. I don't know a lot of the 15 series.
Flying lawnmower.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
That's perfect. That's actually. Oh my god! It's aces.
Flying lawnmower. I mean, I was chemical, so I was a combat car washer. So we got like a whole business ahead of us. That's fantastic. Flying lawnmower.
Okay. If I'm seeing what I'm seeing, thanks to a.
Did you Google it?
Oh,
I
fucking
Googled
course
it.
I did. I'm not military.
I know.
I
I'm
don't know Army.
I'll let you guys keep guessing though. But what he does is actually pretty awesome.
Flying lawnmower. Now I'm curious. Oh, there we go. We got Roxy speaking up now. Good to see you. Thanks. I appreciate your following. I saw the follow notification and I was like, oh, I earned Westy's follow. And then it's like someone else. I'm like, wait a minute.
Who's this?
Drones. Okay.
Yeah, he's a drone rigger.
Wait a
He's
minute.
from
Why the fuck?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then why are you playing Tau? Wait a second. You're just like, I'll stick to what I know. And
I mean,
I respect that. He's like, I work with drones, and then
he's like drones and drone accessories.
He's out there just trying to figure out his fucking marker lights. God damn it.
Cow.
Yeah, this is got the street sweeper. You didn't think of that? Come on, sir. You work with drones and then you're a Tau player?
It's lying. I don't believe for a second. You knew this. You knew what you were doing.
You know what you did.
If nothing else, subconsciously, he knew what he was doing.
That's good, though. I'm a big fan of that. That's fantastic. Just popped in and immediately followed. Appreciate that. I'll
Nice.
take it. I'll take it. I greatly
Okay.
appreciate that. I am.
That's getting an interesting appearance.
Well, I don't have your camera open. Are you going the shiny blue swords?
Yeah.
Yeah. You unfollow
I mean-
now? Easy come, easy go. Thanks for sticking around, though.
Thanks for hanging out. See you later.
Yeah.
Congratulations for the speedrun.
My parents did the same thing. They're like, "What do you do?" All right. They go to one show and they're like, I've seen enough.
Good enough. We supported you, sweetie.
I've seen all I need to.
Yeah.
I didn't like the joke about this. Yeah, of course you didn't.
Of course you didn't. It was at your expense. Let that shade dry a little bit.
Okay.
What years were I in? I joined... It was 08 to 14, off the top of my head. I was reserve, though. I was reserve, and I deployed in 12.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think, it's like, because I know you got back around when Ashley and I started dating. So.
I did stand-up comedy for 7-8 years, somewhere in there. I'm kind of stepping away from it now. Just because, like...
Life.
Well, it's like a combination of life and like I've done the one thing I haven't done is I've never played any of the improv clubs, which I really want to do San Jose Improv. One day maybe I'll get there. But I mean, like
What is that? I'm sorry.
Comics I grew up watching. Like I performed at the same place that like Dat Fan recorded his album at. So it's like that's pretty cool. Like I've done like Cobb's Comedy Club. I did Sack Punchline like back when Brainwash was still a thing in San Francisco. I like that was like the first place I headlined. Like that I hit a lot of the milestones I wanted and I'm kind of like just kind of moving past it. But it was fun. It was a good time. But there's just other things I want to do. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, I did stand-up comedy. It's like doing a band, but it's women like you less for it.
Yeah. Don't start a band.
I was in Camp Beering, Kuwait. I was in Camp Beering and I was in Camp Arif John briefly. Our company was split into three different areas. 4? Yeah, 4. Group of us went to Jordan, where they were able to drink, and that's unfortunate. Group of us went to Afghanistan, and then I don't actually know where in Afghanistan they went. And then the other one split in to Camp Arif John to Camp Beering. I was in a signal battalion, so we had a bunch
I was gonna say, weren't you a hybrid of signal/chemical?
Yeah, I was cross-classed, so I didn't actually know what I was doing.
It took twice the experience and half the knowledge.
Yeah. So just the venues. Cobb's
okay.
Cobb's Comedy Club is it's a pretty decent club in San Francisco.
Yeah, they're fairly region specific.
Arif John had the best post food. Yeah, dude. There was on the way back we stopped at an Air Force base in Germany and they had like really good food there. But yeah, Arif John and Beering, like the food, it was good, man. Every Friday we had seafood. There was crab. It was delightful.
Did you like a crab?
I had a sergeant that before he was with us, he was just pure infantry. He was in for a long time. He had a Purple Heart. So he was just like he was like he loved it. He like the deployment. Like we weren't in a combat zone. Dude just ate ice cream all the time. And like, he didn't give a shit. Also on the East Coast, I mean, like
Some pretty sweet venues
Cobb's
out
is
there.
like kind of the equivalent to like the Apollo. Like, it's like it's a big club, but not like a huge one. Improvs you can find pretty much anywhere. Improv is kind of like, kind of more of a brand depending on where you are. But like Cobb's is, it's one of the places that's like, it's not like a multi-venue. It is there for stand-up comedy, kind of in the same way the Apollo is, where it's not like a chain. It's kind of in like the one big place. So like being able to play there is kind of it was kind of a milestone for me. I never got to perform anywhere in the East Coast. I did get to perform overseas, which was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did 10 2 different times on Beering, which was
Nice.
which was kind of weird. And I met a lot of cool comics. I met Steve Byrne over there. I met Roy Wood Jr., who's on the Daily Show. There's some. It was cool, man. But like me and Martin started doing the podcast, which now that I'm COVID free, we can start recording again.
Yeah, now I get to hear you rightfully bash on that specific movie.
But and like I started doing the Twitch thing, and I've experimented a few things, and I wanted to do more stuff here. But like my time of stand-up comedy, or they're definitely not over, but they're kind of at a standstill for now.
A breaky break.
Yeah, a little break. Like the problem was, like, for every like really awesome comedy club I got to do, there was like like 3 shitty bar shows that I had to do to get booked at the awesome place. So that became a little. Brian Regan is my favorite. Woo, sir, ma'am. I'm gonna say maybe ma'am with a name like Roxy the Riveter. Brian Regan is why I started doing fucking stand-up comedy. Brian Regan, oof. Oh my gosh.
Mr. Williams was the reason.
It's ma'am. Okay, we'll go with ma'am. Yeah. Brian Regan is the first comic I ever saw live. He was the first comic I saw on TV. Brian Regan Live, the album, is the... I just had like a long... I have some old videos. I have a more recent one I can probably pop up on YouTube at some time. I have a set that I can cut up into some clips. Which is weird. Like it was recorded in a place that's kind of in the middle of nowhere. But like they got a lot of decent. Like I saw Gilbert Godfrey there. Christopher Titus was there pretty recently. Yeah.
I guess send that venue name to me later. Cause
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was weird. It's one I did like all the time. I think it's the last place you saw me at. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, they had like Carlos Mencia there, which was
That's wild.
yeah. They got. It's where I saw Social Distortion. It's like it's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm glad that place is popping as hard as it is. Apparently.
Last time I did there, it was not popping.
Oh, okay. Well,
that-
I mean,
that-
COVID round like fucking 16 was happening. I'm sure.
That was when I was like on the fence about doing stand-up comedy, and I was like, this is gonna be like the last show I do for a while. And I told the guy who was doing that, and he was like, no, you gotta do this one other show on Friday. And I was like, maybe. And
then you did the show.
And then this show, there were like 10 people there, and it sucked. And it was, and I was like, and he was like, see, you can't go out on that one. And I was like, all right. I did the next show, and I did like 10 or 15. The place was a lot more packed, and it was a better one to go out on. But
Right.
yeah,
Still not a lot.
I just had like a long conversation. If this is you and you're just like pulling a prank on me, that's fantastic. But I had a long conversation with someone in my FC in Final Fantasy 14 about Brian Regan, and we just nerded out about Brian Regan for a long time because he's the goddamn best. And
I mean, yeah, Brian Regan's a lot of fun.
dude, I love Brian Regan. If this is you again and you got me, well played. I appreciate that. If it's not you, and I just found another person who absolutely loves It's Not You, let's go. A woman
Nice.
of culture, I see.
Indeed.
I don't know who we're talking about still.
Brian Regan, one of my favorite stand-up comics of all time. Like,
Really?
top 5.
He is a damn
Love
funny
Brian Regan.
person. And I'm going to take a second to go get myself some more water.
Yeah,
and by proxy, I'm going to force you guys to drink some more water.
I'm gonna have to like refill.
Bam.
Nobody can force me to do anything.
Well, fair enough. But yeah, I'll be back shortly. Gonna grab some beverage.
Gabriel Iglesias is he's one of those comics that like I want to dislike, but it's too hard. Like he's someone like the only reason to dislike Gabriel Iglesias is like, oh, he's so mainstream, which like he is. It's not really a bad thing. But he's just funny, man. He's just really good. There was one Gabriel Iglesias. I really liked the racist gift basket. That's a good one. The cops pulling him over and him playing the Bad Boys theme was always really good. But there's like there's just a lot of things about Gabriel Iglesias that like it's kind of kept him out of my top 5. Yeah, I never got to see Robin Williams live either. I did get to see George Carlin live before he left this mortal coil, and that was a very interesting show because he came up with this big ass binder, and he's like, "Hey, I'm old as fuck, and I'm gonna lose my place. So every now and then you're gonna see me just walk over and look at this big ass binder." And like he would go and he would do like 5-10 minutes. And he would end whatever bit he was doing on a big laugh, and he'd walk over and he'd like flip 3 pages and go, okay. And then he would just keep going. It was very strange. Dude, Brian, I could probably recite all of Brian Regan live. Just
a fan.
His opening of just you got some jokes. Why don't you start cranking them out, circus boy? Like I've heard that album so many times. We did just become best friends, absolutely. Like he does like the effort like don't know what to say to you two. Can't handle it. I always like the his how he can't stop his car horn from honking in traffic. It's okay. I'm out of my mind. I saw him. It was the Take Luck tour. I saw him in San Francisco. Went with a buddy of mine because we were major stand-up comedy nerds. Comedy Central always had a thing like all like Friday night. They would just play stand-up comedy. And because me and him were the type of people who would watch stand-up comedy on a Friday night instead of going to any kind of parties, I got to know a lot of Comedy Central specials very well. And then the Brian Regan half hour on Comedy Central when he talks about like going to the gym and I didn't know what the machine was, so I just got to start moving stuff around. One of the employees came over. He's like, "Sir, can you get out of the paint or scaffolding?" Like, and just things like that. And I watched that half hour, and this was like before anything like DVR or anything like that. I had just,
I was gonna say this is a minute ago.
Yeah, I had just seen it so much, and the same friend that I would watch this with, like he burned me a copy of the Brian Regan Hour CD. And like I still to this day like I have to have noise to fall asleep with. So I had like this big like 5 like CD changer, and I would fall asleep listening to stand up all the time, and Brian Regan was a really common one. And like even Brian Regan live on Spotify, I still listen to that album all the fucking time. The big yellow one's the sun. All right. But I saw him at the... Before I really knew what, like, club stand-up comedy was, and I only knew, like, the real famous people, like, I saw him at the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco, and, like, it just changed my life, and I was like, I'm going to go do stand-up comedy, and I'm going to become the best, and I did stand-up comedy, and I was okay.
That was all right.
And I got to meet a lot of cool people. Got to learn kind of what real stand-up comedy was, because this was like this was like, at the time I thought you just do an hour somewhere, and I didn't know about like people going to like clubs and doing like 10 to 15 minutes. And as soon as I learned that's what it was, I was like, I was like, this is like way cooler. And it's cooler to go to like bar shows and just see nobodies. It's a lot of fun, man. And like, when I learned more about what it was and the level that they have to get to do those hour shows, like it's like there gets a point when, like, because I'm also a big wrestling fan, and there's that point where you realize that it's all staged, and then at that point you're either in or you're out. And like, it's like being a fan of wrestling is like being a fan of magic, where you have to like acknowledge the point that it's not real, and then you start appreciating the actual art of it instead of like, oh yeah, this is Big Punch Man. It's like you start learning how their techniques work, and you either at that point you're like, it's fake and I don't want it, or you start appreciating that this is like a live stunt show. Yeah, I just watched the Royal Rumble. I was very disappointed in that.
Yeah, so was everyone apparently.
Yeah, that sucked.
That's what I hear tell.
Minus five. Oh, now we got a Botchamania fan in here, ma'am.
Botchamania.
I've been on a.
So
big,
one of the things that I
Botchamania
did
kick
read,
lately.
because I haven't watched wrestling in for goddamn ever, but
Yeah.
one of the things I did read on some of the Squared Circle stuff was, I guess, the card for the card for the Rumble itself changed about 20 times in a week.
Yeah, it's because they don't know what they're doing necessarily.
They haven't for a while, it seems. So, kudos to AEW for doing fairly well.
Oh, they're doing very good. It's like I can fucking be whatever I want. If I want to be a table, I can be a fucking table. I am the table.
The table.
I am the table.
The table.
Fucking bullshit. Sheiky baby.
This definitely helped me figure out the color scheme I want to do for the Brood Lord
Yep.
and how this works.
Look at the adjective.
Wait, what?
Sorry, someone in the chat is just going through pretty much the entire opening.
Botchamanias.
The entire Botchamania. There's one part I can't say. I will not say that, and I encourage you not to say it. You know what quote that is. Don't do it, because then I have to ban you, and then that's bad. But you know what we're talking about. We're mind melded. A certain 5-time. Not well. I was going with
5-time.
I was going with Booker T. The fact that he is coming for you, and we can leave it at that.
Yeah. That's all we gotta leave it. We just leave it there.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. There's also Hulk Hogan saying things.
Yeah. He wants the gold, sucker. Yeah, Hulk Hogan also saying things. That was different. That was on a podcast.
Yeah. Booker T.
I love Booker T though.
Yeah.
Booker T. He can. There's a reason he didn't really get in trouble for it, because he's.
Yeah.
Booker T.
Yeah.
I love Booker T.
Booker
He's
T's
great.
probably the only
Fantastic
reason I
wrestler.
like wrestling.
Booker T.
Yeah, he was like the only character I liked when I was growing up.
Oh, dude,
Oh, he was fantastic.
I love Booker T, man. He still wrestles. He's still around.
Fucking Taz is wrestling again, apparently.
No, Taz is doing commentary for AEW.
All right.
You want to talk about
I swear I saw him do a thing in the ring, but maybe he's just pulling some.
That might. He's got like a group of buddies that's like
Okay,
doing
it might be
things.
that then. That I
And
was
he
seeing
might
him
have
do.
like punched someone, but like.
Yeah, his time.
I
is
was just about
definitely,
to bring up the Taz commentary. It's like that one time when he's like, "We're not running around do little jokey things on YouTube like ha ha ha, laughy ass."
Oh, Taz.
It's the best quote of all time. Laughy ass is the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh, I love Taz. We beat ass. We beat people's ass.
No
like-
swearing.
No swearing. No swearing. You swore.
Ah, fuck.
You swore. I
need to see more about that guy.
Danhausen? I love Danhausen.
Yeah.
Very,
I
very
after
very
I
nice.
saw him existing, I'm like, this fucking dude. This is the one.
He's very nice.
He's very evil.
Santos Chan, what's going on? Welcome. Very nice, very
Hello,
evil.
person.
No swearing.
We're talking wrestling, talking Warhammer, talking
Yeah.
Army for a brief second there.
Military, stand-up comedy, wrestling. We're just
Oh yeah, comedy.
all over the place, man.
That's how we roll.
I'm also it's me paid. I need like a. People just in the chat just need to be like, "You're painting off camera again. Stop it." I mean,
Oh god, I was actually just looking at mine, like, oh man, so am I.
it's like
Big
I have this whole camera here, and I'm just like, I'm gonna get real close.
I'm just gonna bring it up to my eyeballs over here. And,
The A&W. I did see the A&W of boxing. Just him turning an angle about him going to A and W and not AEW, and then they sent him a bunch of merchandise. Smart. Very
That's
smart. Just woke up.
all right.
Maybe you just woke up. Where are
Time to
you?
play with some Null Oil and some Scythia.
Billy Ass and the Ass Boys.
Wait, no, not that one.
They're
I want
the
to play.
Oh, here. If you have the stream open, Sean, I got
Yeah.
the red leather kind of. Look.
Give me a second to close out the audio that I'm listening to, because hopefully that'll rebuffer my stream so I actually get picture quality instead of garbage.
There you go.
Or actually, no, what I could do is just go over to our the Discordo chat. And
I don't
look
have
it
that.
over. Oh, you're not there.
I don't
Dang
have
it.
that camera open. I got.
All right. See if I do picture in picture. No.
When you have it open, let me know.
Yeah, I think I might have to. Oh, hey, there we go. That
Good.
looks much better.
You good?
Yeah.
Now look at the that leather.
Oh, okay. So that's with the Agrax.
Yeah, that's corn red and then 2 layers of Agrax.
Nice. So that's the whole backpack, or
Yeah,
that looks fantastic.
looks pretty good.
All right, cool.
7 a.m. Good morning.
Yeah, geez, yeah, super morning.
It was some nice morning Bowmania. I appreciate you.
Good morning, Justa.
Okay, well then, Eric, I'll do it with Seraphim Sepia and see how that turns out.
Yeah. We'll just.
That's like gloves here.
Since I've been streaming, I finished one commando. It was this lad, little burner boy. Focus.
Oh, no.
Listly of what I want out of the prior mark.
Dude, this.
It's base here, and then it's like a little marine thing here.
And if I ever get really hype, I did just put this together as well. I'm gonna have to like take the top. Well,
Oh yeah, that thing's a monster.
yeah, this thing is. I got the bone breaker put together. These little things up here. These are all like interchangeable. I probably should have magnetized them, but I didn't.
Oh,
Not smart. Got little orc boys in the gunner seats there. Def rolla, because this motherfucker hits on 2s with that. And yeah, this thing's ridiculous. And so the actual gun part of it, this gun right here, Sean, you see that?
yes.
That's literally like the battle cannon for a Lehman Russ. It is literally the same kind of cannon as a Lehman Russ. And then this is also another seat, but I just put like a little hubcap on it.
Right.
But like,
Is that the part that changes out?
this changes out. We'll focus. This changes out. The weird thing is like where the big cannon is, where it seats right here. This can also be moved up here. This is it changes out, and this changes out. So you could have like instead of like the big cannon on here, you could have two more spots there and 2 here. Like this thing has a lot of options. This front part doesn't need to be on there. You can have like a big grill on there. You can have more guns. Like this thing's really customizable.
A lot of guns.
So
But, I mean, it's Orc,
if I do a battle wagon, I'll probably magnetize that. But like for the Death Roller, I just wanted the Bone Breaker. It's cool.
All right. Well,
It is a lot of DACA. It is a
let's
significant
see what,
amount of
how
DACA.
that turns out.
How you doing,
Oh,
Steve?
right. I was gonna have you shade the hair
Good
too.
to see you, sir. COVID is letting me stream again. COVID is not. Why is your camera so small, Joe? What happened?
Who, mine or?
Adjustment.
Your camera got very small. There we go.
A new body has joined the Discord.
The Discord.
Got those. See how those turn out tomorrow.
Professional Monster Hunter Steve. Professional wire bug aficionado. I am
More DACAs.
I think that's gonna be it for me for the stream today, though.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty close. What with it being 11:40 already?
Yeah, we've
I've put some pretty healthy progress onto this thing. So.
yeah, I'm gonna go through and like base a lot of my things. That's gonna be something for later. And
That is something I need to do, but I don't know what I want to do.
I'm just doing sand. I'm doing sand and some rocks. I'm not looking to get too crazy
Fancy.
here. But I think that is gonna be the end of the stream as well. Let me see what we
Yep, there we go. So this is the Sean pile today.
Let me see
This is what I've knocked out.
what we can read.
Some
on here.
golds, some purples.
I too am an orc player. Orc.
If you guys,
Hey.
oh, Noobles is on. Yeah. We're gonna head over there.
So wait, hello.
Very regal, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully, I might get this commando finished off stream because I've been doing the commandos a lot. I kind of want to do a few other things here, but we are going to.
I'm gonna say regal because the paint I'm using is actually a royal purple.
Go pop on over to Mr. Noobles. So tell him I said hi. I will be back on Thursday because today's Tuesday, so I'm getting back to my normal schedule. But yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out. Let's pop over there and thanks guys. Whoop, whoop, whoop.